times on December 25th. Came home from a trip, somebody, I guess I be.
Boy, good. Yeah. If they should ever ask, tell them. I'm better than I ever been. Freshman veteran. Y'all mini me to an elephant. Dumbo. Cooking up all this gumbo. In my prime, like Amazon, bringing it to your front door. Need to be reintroduced. I'm just dropping knowledge, hoping it reaches you. No more aqua, they no longer need an excuse. The blind leading the blind, nobody seeing the truth. It'll refresh like the page load in the alphabet. I'll be phased like I'm page relevant. Y'all make me just see that. Because I see you wearing it, fit you like you put G. Let it be. I'm bringing it better. I understand. Let it be. Need to be reading what you be playing. You wanna be on your car, show you the real deal. Mobile weed, love dog, got me feeling like the bell. Blind eye, need the truth. Told them sky was the limit. Handling all my business. Yeah. Still I pray for forgiveness for my past. They should ever ask. Boy, good. They should ever ask. I wake up. Be, keep it the same. Yeah, you want they should ever ask. Really good. That boy good. Get it out. Need the truth. The limit. Handling my business. Still I pray for forgiveness for my past. They should ever ask.
Watching, do it big and make my moves in silence. Work like pump till I just puffy eyelids. Up all night cause I just trust the process. Whoa. She said she was grounded and down to ride. Said baby just embrace us. I don't see nobody watching, do it big and make my moves in silence. Work like pump till I just puffy eyelids. Up all night cause I just trust the process. Whoa. She said she was grounded and down to ride. Said baby just embrace us. Big and make moves in silence. Like pump till I just puffy eyelids. Up all night cause I just trust the process. Like I said, she said she was grounded and down to ride. Take it with me when I go. Stars on my city, talk to me, baby. Who's always falling, it's always raining. Green I get up, we can save me. There's no tomorrow, only today, yeah. Can't be living in the past, nothing lasts. Always running up number one, I losing track. Tired of the circles, tell me where the truth is at. Losing too many. sending cash through the app. And they find rock me, I ask those with anywhere I go, I put Southside on the map. Trying to say she love me, I said I love me back. Trying to knock me out, I ain't going for that. Said he want my so they can order the but I'm you never know. So okay, I call your phone, you ain't answer yours. I ain't going for the bull like a matador. Text me if I don't reply quick, you trip. I'm half paid, I'm the highest on the list. Kick it like judo, the numero uno. Yes, I'm the highness. My house so far back in the woods, they can't nobody find it. A driveway so long that you can run out of gas. Keep asking me for money, you need to get off your earth. Beat the charge, then I bounce back. Drop 125 before I smash. Got the cognac color on the inside. And the 4 jars couple with the big tie. When your friend come, make sure she keep quiet. Or the next time I see her, I'll be seen now. Look around like this must be a mix up. Hey, which if you gonna switch up? Alright, with it. Coming through the crazy. Yeah. I'm with it, so I ain't worried about nobody trying to turn up on my head, cause I got it. I was posted in no vacation, coming through the places, I was fighting cases. They thought that I was gonna make it. No, I'm with it, so I ain't worried about nobody trying to turn up on my head, cause I got it. I was posted in no vacation, coming through the places, I was fighting cases. They thought that I was gonna make it. No, I'm with it, so I ain't worried about turn up on my ass, cause I got it. I was posted in no vacation, coming through the places, I was fighting cases. They thought that I was gonna make it. I can't go back broke no more. I'm just trying to make the force. I go ballin' when I'm bored. I hope you won't remember in it. All them L's I couldn't afford. Took down and I scored. Got street cred, check the score. It be so hard trying to read me when you feel like I'm becoming a man. Everybody say they need me, but it's like nobody else understand. I'm not a chef, cause I be working in with pies to pan. It might be a but you be looking a whole lot of flies to plan. Got my son with me, that's that minute. Got the home with me, I'm the general, I bring the truth. I got it with my phone, yo, I'm headed to the loop. I'm with I'm with it, so I ain't worried about nobody. I know kind of it's cause I got it. I was posted on vacation, coming through the fighting. They thought that I was gonna make it. No, I'm with it, so I ain't worried about nobody. I know kind of it's cause I got it. I was posted on vacation, coming through the fighting. They thought that I was gonna make it. No, I'm with it, so I ain't worried about I'm trying to find my head, cause I got it. I was posted in no vacation, coming through the places, I was fighting cases. They thought that I was gonna make it. Check the door, count the money, check the door. Check the door, seen a pussy desert fire. You know they trying to see me. I'll be watching it crazy. Dreaming this on TV. Ain't no hustling or struggling no more. Ain't no looking. Hey, yo, front him. I got to the booth, telling pressure. I could always find it for the life. I was up all night working graveyard shifts. In the slide when I trip. Hard days, hard times on December 25th. Came home from a trip, somebody I guess I beat. Shoot that, baby, come on. Get that rock, man. Hey, heads up. Watch out.
I'll dream of the great nights. I'll watch him. I've lost. We gonna need it after. Tight to be a better man, let's unite. My story like a motion picture. Bittersweet like let me take the pain. My skin is thick, I'll be one blood. I'm not. It's all love and your head to kick. I'll be working hard.
Right there.
Anybody but a poster. You wanna post it. You better man, I'll never roll over. You gotta help me do freeloaders. Listen. Everybody in the moment in time, but they can't be sacrifice. Everybody in the moment in time, but it really could use everybody. Everybody in the moment in time, but they can't change it. Shut. Let me feel the space if you got you. I wanna feel the space if I got you. I wanna feel the space if you got it. Know that I want it. Jump on. Let me feel the space if I got you. I wanna feel the space if I got you. I wanna feel the space if you got it. Know that I want it. Let me feel it.
Come on, what's up, baby? Hey, yo, right here.
Live for the fame, we hold on. Live for the brings, we kept in a loop. In search of a cause. Let me feel the space, I wanna liberate, put you on the path of love, so let me dictate over your heart. The penetrate, shake the burn, and then drop the different. Read up and on, they just you never lie down, I ain't talking. Purpose, so here's the relay, stick to your face, I'm the everybody in the moment in time, but it didn't mean to sacrifice. Everybody in the moment in time, but it really could. Everybody in the moment in time, but it didn't change it. It will be at the end. It will be at the end. Space that you got when you lost.
Hey, shout that. Way to grab it. Hey, yo, right here, baby. Hey, pop it. Stay on here. Hey.
And I don't stress it. She don't need no I lost sleep, I'ma need some rest. I see him hot looking like I'm best. Don't need to flex, I need connections. Need a check like Peter. Yeah, I'ma need that fast. And with my chest, I'ma say I'm next up. Don't test us. I just wanna get fresh, don't need to flex up. Get the bag tied up. They wanna my you get for the good. Dreams going up under the wish list. Bitches, eat it up, even on the rest of the stitches. Clean it up, rinse on wet like the dishes. Keep a small circle, ain't no time for these. Think you know me, you don't know enough. Been on the ground cause I'm blowing up. We gon' pop out, you just showing up. You just showing up. Mr. Cash, you just till it's my cash, you ain't no slowing up. Vertical moves only going up, Trying to get a grip, subtract. I can see the vision, you need glasses. Gotta sit, cause it's apes in a crack. I'm passing, bodies looking, shaking, looking fast. People looking at me like what happened, I'm playing with fire. I keep on burning up the match, the sack, go catch me lacking, looking up. Like it how I rapping, need to be focused, come get with the motion. You riding the wave, don't find a new ocean. Frankly, I'm trying to move forward. Frankly, I'm trying to move towards it. We know I sit up like person. Taking rings like a coaster. Do what I'm supposed to. Open minded, but I never was closer. If you open, I might have to close it. Need that, I'ma need a kitchen just to get it. Just to get it. Then I get the different, then the bag be splitting. Take the money while you chasing honey. You be joking around like there's something funny. Eat it up, gotta fill my tummy, cause someone else is gonna do it for me. Hey, big
Go right here.
know what to do. Trying to get my fingers blue. Keep on spitting what to do. Hey, big fight coming through. You don't know what to do. Trying to get my fingers blue. Keep on spitting nothing new. just showing up, just showing up. Yo, yo, yo. Till it's my tattoos, ain't no slowing up. Vertical moves only going up, only going up. Hold up, think you know me, you don't know me. Been on the ground cause I'm blowing up. We gon' pop out, you just showing up, just showing up. Hold up, Mr. Cash, you think I'm going nuts. Till it's my tattoos, ain't no slowing up. Vertical moves only going up, only going up. Good ball, good ball.
Yep.
That was just a touch. You just touched it. Good. I didn't see it. You did.
This man got a mic. Don't sound like it. Ooh. I guess he don't. Even though you ain't got no mic, stop shooting.
When you're worried about things that don't concern you. I was more attracted. Yo, don't compare me to none of these rappers, man. Not me. I'm giving tutorials out. I'm giving guidance to them young G's. Go on with your whole crew ain't gonna be able to do that. Get about 3 months in quarantine, gonna slow up. They ain't gonna send you no money.
turn my light on. What you want? I don't need no light on. You got a light on your phone. Ain't nothing even down here. Nasty ass shark nails.
Away.
Come on, why would you move my screen?
Recording.
Yeah. The fuck? Why?
By the way, you want to give me $50?
Hell no. I sure don't. Why?
And why not?
For what?
For my freaking toe.
No. Hell no. Ain't your man on that? Ain't your man on that phone? No. Hey, Armand, she need 50. She need 50.
Dude, I know.
Yeah. You just telling me that?
I said tell the toe person when I go to my toe. Don't know my fingers or
You supposed to. You better work for that money.
Exactly.
Come on, get the most, and you better put every last one of them back. Cause them ain't even mad. Yeah, man, you supposed to be asleep. What? Sleep. What? You gotta work tomorrow.
Where's your point in?
Go your goofy
Where's
ass
your
to
point
sleep.
in? Oh, wait.
Fuck wrong with you? Go to. On phone now. Motherfucker, they on link card with 700 or something on that motherfucker.
Where is my card at?
I ain't got your shit. You had your own card.
Oh, no, I didn't.
You didn't give it to us.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did give it to your wife.
No, you didn't.
When she went to Walmart, she asked me for it. You want me to call her?
Please.
I don't care.
Man, you spit. Keep your shit in your throat. What?
I gave it to your wife, but she freaking asked me for it.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You didn't. I'm sorry to tell you that.
We got about tea out here.
No, I ain't got nothing else for you to drink down here. And you better not touch my pineapple.
I want some pineapple.
Alright, or my cranberry.
I'm gonna take that cranberry.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get that up.
No, I already gave you a whole pack down there.
Oh.
Get the fuck on. If your throat's that dry, you need to do something. That's fucked up. Hey, Armand, you need to come get that shit wet or something. Damn, she drinking all my shit.
What's the point?
Need to do something about that shit. Hurry up, turn my light off. Thank you.
Kind of have cranberry juice.
Hell no.
You don't even drink cranberry juice like that. That's what I'm talking about.
I do.
You only start drinking cranberry juice because I'll put you on cranberry juice.
Yep, she drunk, ladies and gentlemen. She drunk as hell today. She might be sleepy. Either or, something wrong.
Yeah, I'll put you onto that cranberry.
She's still drunk.
That was drunk cranberry juice a day in your life until I started drinking
She's
cranberry
sleepy.
juice.
She hear that?
When you drunk cranberry juice, you only drunk regular cranberry juice. I put you on the cran pineapple.
Is she sleepy?
Give the cran pineapple
Oh my
and
God.
the cran mango and the cran apple.
I think I've been drinking long before you was born.
No, you was always drinking regular cranberry juice.
I was drinking.
You ain't never drink no cran. It's time to start drinking that cran pineapple.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe she drunk. She's sleepy, either or, something wrong with her. She got a mental issue or something.
So now I'm crazy.
Yeah. See something? Make sure you turn that light off when you're going towards the stairs. Thank you, love. Good night. Tell Armand go watch my stream and stop talking to you. Introducing the all-new Vault from Nordic Track. It's what's inside that inspires.
Hey, can I talk to the two champs? Man, go, man, let's see it happen in a matter of months. Come on, man, a month. That's crazy.
Congrats to the gold medalists and reigning champions, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton. How about Kevin Durant? Eliminated by the Bucks in the playoffs, became teammates with the duo during the Olympics, but will once again play against them to start this upcoming season. The drama starts on NBA on TNT opening night, presented by Kia. Welcome to the NBA schedule release show. Chris Miles here with Greg Anthony. The Stars will be out on Tuesday night, October 19th, the first night of the 2021-2022 NBA season on TNT. We'll start with Giannis versus KD. The Nets, Big Three, will take on the Bucks. Big Three at 7:30. Kyrie, the bearded one, and KD did not finish the playoffs healthy against Milwaukee. They will take on the champs' first game of the season. Giannis, of course, your reigning finals MVP with 54 points to close out the Suns in the championship. He also is a two-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player, and five-time All-NBA selection. Sticking with the theme of MVPs, there were three in the first game. There will be three in the second game. LeBron, Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook will square off in the nightcap. LeBron entering season 19, coming off a playoff exit in the first round for the first time in his illustrious career. Kia NBA Tip-Off 2021 on ESPN will start with the Celtics and the Knicks on Wednesday. Kemba Walker, playing for his hometown team, will face the team that traded him away in the offseason. The second game on Wednesday, October 20th, will feature the reigning MVP, Nikola Jokic, and the reigning Western Conference champions in the Phoenix Suns. NBA on TNT opening week, presented by Kia, gets Thursday started with Trae Young versus Luka Doncic. Of course, the draft night trade forever links these two. Trae advanced to the conference finals in the East last season. Opening week going back-to-back with the Warriors. Steph Curry will lead Golden State on Thursday night against the Clippers. Will start the season without Kawhi Leonard. Kia NBA Tip-Off 2021 on ESPN will feature the Nets Big Three versus
Joel Embiid and the 76ers. More contract news on Joel Embiid coming on later in the show. Stars will once again be out for the Suns and Lakers. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis will square off in a tough opening week for both teams. The most anticipated matchup of last season got some extra seasoning. On Christmas Day, the Nets and Lakers will go head-to-head, the marquee matchup. The addition of Mr. Triple-Double, Russell Westbrook this offseason will spice things up there. But look at the full slate, starting at noon with Trae Young playing against the New York Knicks in a rematch of that playoff series. The Celtics and the Bucks, the Golden State Warriors and the Phoenix Suns, also the Utah Jazz and Dallas Mavericks. Let's welcome in Stan Van Gundy, longtime coach and analyst for on this program, He's Family. Let's get into opening night. The reigning champion Bucks will take on that team that were a toe away from eliminating them in the playoffs last year, the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets weren't at full strength really at any point last year. Should be a treat to see Brooklyn and Giannis and company in the opening night.
No question. I mean, there's some other teams like Philly, Miami, Atlanta that may have designs on winning the East, but these are the two teams that everybody wants to see. These are the two teams people think will be going at it for a trip to the finals again, and it'll be exciting, in fact, to see if those three guys from Brooklyn, number one, can stay healthy, and then with guys like Patty Mills added to the supporting cast, if they've got enough to get past the Milwaukee Bucks.
And Coach, we're also going to get an opportunity to see the new look Warriors and Lakers, and two teams that have championship pedigree, obviously, but also probably equally as many questions heading into this season. What is your take on those two?
Yeah, those are two probably the most intriguing teams of the entire year, Greg. I mean, LA, because they've added unbelievable names. Like, if you just looked at the names on that roster and the guys that they're going to have in the Hall of Fame, it's amazing how it will.
Hey guys, check this out. If you own a home and you don't have one of these Generac PowerCell home batteries, you could be at risk of losing power this summer. This is the Generac home battery, which is charged by my solar panels. If the power grid goes out, this will flip on and allow me to keep the lights on in certain...
Hey, can I talk to the two champs? Oh, man, let's see it happen in a matter of months. Come on, man, a month? That's great.
Hey, man, it's your boy YG, a.k.a. Ngala, and Isaiah Thomas. This guy is top 5 point guards of all time, no question. And it's actually crazy how underrated he is when talking about the best point guards in NBA history.
The exclamation point. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to another season of Open Court, that rousing hour-long conversation among NBA greats. And what a lineup we have.
for this show today. Can I start with the guy who is now marking 16 years at TNT, Kenny the Jet Smith.
Like a Sweet 16. Where's my gift? I want a Sweet 16 party.
All right. So get his chair out of here, will you? Next we have the most accurate three-point shooter in the history of the NBA, Steve Kerr.
Thank you.
And just a notch above step 3 right now. I'm trying to do that, but yeah, you are.
Oh, thank you. No ovation. I mean, Kenny get the guys.
Go shoot. Let's go shoot. Let's go shoot. Let's go shoot.
Recent retiree, the OJ, 7-time All-Star, Grant Hill.
Grant Hill. Good to be a rookie.
Wonderful to have you with us. The Michigan State Lightning, 14 seasons in the NBA. Eddie, Steve Smith. Hall of Fame in the year 2000. And a guy who's extraordinarily ticked that there isn't more Detroit memorabilia in the studio. And playing with a real edge today. Bad boy Isaiah Thomas.
We said
These are just the intros, but go ahead.
we said this was still about the 90s, right?
Well, you're giving away.
Okay, well, I went for the first topic. Yeah, I don't see, 90 represented. We just did it as 91 on.
Would you like to sit next to Kenny and be bitter about stuff?
No, I'm going to be the angry black man.
That is my role. Okay, next to Zeke. Next to Zeke, we have a man who was born on New Year's Eve and has been a party ever since. Right there. You were born on New Year's Eve, right? Every year we mark that. They do that around the world. They drop a big ball.
I have no problem getting people together.
Certainly. And rounding out the 10, more than 1,200 three-pointers made in his career. 3D. Happy to be here. So anyway, as Isaiah was mentioning, we're talking about the 90s. And when you talk about, I guess if you're going to have the nominees for Team of the 90s, the nominees are the Chicago Bulls. So let's start there. That's the teams of the 90s. There was some really good weren't they? No, yeah, but we have a guy, Steve Kerr, who was part of 3 teams. Out of 2 3-peats by the Bulls. So obviously they're the team. Before I talk,
they were broken up by
Michael Jordan wanted to play baseball.
No. He played basketball that year.
Yes. Before we talk about what made that team so special, obviously Steve had in-depth knowledge of that. What was it like to play the Bulls in those years? Isaiah, you're a newcomer. You and Grant will have the first crack at this because we haven't had you here. But what was it like to play the Bulls in those years?
When they finally turned the corner and became champions, it wasn't so much the Bulls, it was their mindset. I thought when Phil Jackson came and replaced Doug Thomas, I thought he totally changed the mindset, the mental makeup of the team. They became a stronger team mentally. They became better-minded. And Jordan started believing more in his teammates. During the 80s, it was all about Mike. How many points he could score, could he lead the team totally. And once Phil got to the team, he started sharing the ball a little bit more. They went to the triangle. And they were strong enough mentally to get to their 4th and 5th option. Before that, they could only get to their 1st and 2nd option. But at the end, they would get to their 4th and 5th option, and he trust and bought in to his teammates as opposed to him trying to do it himself. And once they became that type of team, they became the dynasty.
As you said, when they finally got there, and your Pistons, one of the guys they had to get past. Did the Jordan rules really work?
It was more propaganda than it was. It really worked. I mean, if you go back and you look, Jordan, I think his career average against the Pistons was 32.9 or something like that. However, we made him take a lot of shots, and our idea was to make sure that He worked for every shot that he took because we knew that he didn't trust his team. And under that system that they had, we could always find where he was going. Once they went to the triangle, Phil was able to move him to the top, to the wing, to the post. So you never knew where he was going to be out on the floor, so it made your double teams a lot harder.
When they were winning those first of the three, 91, 92, 93, you're in college. And then in 95, you're the co-rookie of the year. And then you're in the league, and then you're watching firsthand this team you watched on TV. And what was that like, Brent?
Well, I'll tell you what, Jordan, he trusted his teammates then. They were obviously a great team. You got up for that game. That was a game that you looked forward to. Being a fellow Detroit alum and the history that was there was always an excitement in the Palace when they would come to town. For me,
but y'all blew it. I mean, we used to beat them all the time. We beat them like 18 or 20 straight times, and then they turned around and beat you like 24.
We beat them once. We beat them once.
We beat them once out of the league, but it was like they beat
on
you like
national television too, so that was good. And for me personally, I didn't match up with Jordan. I wanted to guard Jordan, but Dumars, he was the Jordan stopper on our team. And I was matched up with Tip. That was always a great matchup. I enjoyed that. He was kind of the guy that you're trying to get to. But they beat us. I mean, it was fun to compete, but it wasn't always fun to result. And
welcome to the tournament. First comment about
Hey, as a Princeton, it wasn't about competing. It was about winning.
It was, but we weren't that good. To be honest, we weren't that good.
Well, how'd you keep your confidence early in your career? Because a lot of guys lose their confidence losing like that early in their career.
It was tough. I mean, my second year we won 45 games. Third year I think 54. You're climbing. You're still trying to get better. You're trying to get. And for me, coming after a great legend in Isaiah, that was the standard. And so you always kind of were trying to get to that point. Certainly we didn't get to that point, but I think it was a uniform change. We went from that blue and red to the teal. You kind of lose your edge when you're playing, wearing teal. That was
we should point out there's a reason that Grant went to Detroit. What were you, the second pick in the draft?
Third pick.
Yeah. It was the mess that Isaiah left the organization.
Up to that, man.
I don't remember. They're picking in the top three. Why is that? Well, I think Isaiah got hurt that year before. And,
no, actually, it was the Grant Hill sweepstakes. I didn't get hurt that year. They actually set me because they didn't win, because they knew if I would have played, then we'd have won more games. So it was kind of like, well, we're going to let Lindsey Hunter take over. We're going to start Lindsey. And
so, Steve, tell me about that team and about the makeup of that team and about the drive.
Well, I got there the second part of the three-peat. So the original kind of push came when the Bulls beat Isaiah's Pistons, which they had been trying to do for years. Couldn't get over the hump. But I think Isaiah touched on it. I mean, Phil Jackson's presence on the sidelines, the installment of the triangle, helping kind of to balance the offense and to keep Jordan moving around. I think that was all huge.
I think Steve, to add to that, we all talked about the triangle offensively, but the wing guys, I think Michael's and Scotty's commitment defensively to really take 1, 2 to 3 out of the game, because there was no let up from them defensively, and I think they got a lot of that from Detroit. Defensively, their mindset was we can go out and shut down every wing guy.
That's what I was going to really ask you about. Is that I think it's the most impressive thing, because a lot of people climb to Mount Everest and then they make their way back down pretty quick. They acclimated themselves at the highest peak of competitiveness in the NBA, and being able to sustain that for 3 championships and then missing a couple, and then your time there in the second run, be able to sustain that on a physical level, but more importantly on a mental level, I think is the most impressive part of that. And you were in that mix the second time around, and you're learning about that drive. What's the secret there? I mean, what is the secret sauce for that maintenance and that sort of sustainability?
You mean other than Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
No, because teams win. It has to be collective. It has to be collective.
I think the leadership of Phil Jackson and
Sometimes I can't stand me, but I keep going. Cause freedom, I'm alive. When the thoughts all around you, keep in my mind. The world don't lie myself. Sometimes I can't stand me, but I keep going. Cause freedom.
My friend used to pay $163 for car insurance. Now look at how much he pays. $28. Most insurance companies are ripping us off. They don't want us to know that there's an easier way to get cheaper insurance. All you have to do
A champion on the come up, I am fun. We will get burned and try to run. I guess it's our done. You should be done. Why you son? I already won. What is the sun? Negative none. Keep running your mouth about all these things that you doing wrong. Keep on talking so I can keep you in my free throw. Grandma help me with the restaurant. Said you don't know if I ain't riding with her. I'm riding. Into the ring and I put my gloves. I wanna love it, it's not even much. I got what I wanted, it wasn't enough. Words in my actions always add up. The more I get known, the harsher I'm judged. The harder you keep, the more I love. Now I make money that you can't touch. What's on you? It's a flush. You better rush to the yard. But that's not enough for my clothes. All this comes to fall in line. Make it so much more relaxed. It's a flush. You better rush to the yard. It's a flush. But that's not enough for my clothes. All it does is fall in line. Make it so much more relaxed. I just died with my time. Catch me outside. So you realize that sometimes thinking outside. Capsizing like life. I exercise. But in the time, rotten. Smash records and break through a glass ceiling. My body too now got pockets, so I tuck away my feelings. And I don't get too invested till I see that it's a real thing. Attitudes unyielding, perseverance of healing. Experience you want to. Attitudes that I thought was okay. It's what it is and it was what it was. It don't matter now because I got new love. Pick a guy, boot up, and upgrade new back, she mad, but I done prayed. Oh yes, and blessed up, now my gang coming to touch with that every slang. Rush, you better rush to the yard. But that's what I know for my folks. All this comes to fall in line. Make it so much more relaxed. You better rush to the yard. But that's what I know for my folks. All this comes to fall in line. Make it so much more relaxed. You better rush to the yard. Now you in the sun. But that's what I know for my folks. Gotta get shot. All this comes to fall in line. Make it so much more relaxed.
I'm on top of my, don't you copy my drip, don't you copy your name, don't you copy my drip. I'm on top of my, don't you copy my drip, don't you copy your name drip, don't you copy my drip. I'm on top of my, don't you copy my drip, don't you copy your name, don't you copy my drip. I'm on top of my, don't you copy my drip, don't you copy your name drip, don't you copy my drip. I'm on top of my, don't you copy my drip. Aim right my way, but they cannot surf. Got up my team and that's who I'm running. Can't forget about my son, cause you know he's still a chick. And I run it from my family. Hey, I'm with them. Better stop trolling them. Gotta hold so you know I'm a nice out here. You love me. Broke up with your last cause you said that ugly. mic? Don't you copy my trick? Don't you copy your hey? Don't you copy my trick? I'm on top of my hey, copy my trick. I'm on top of my yeah, copy my trick. Hey, hey, don't you copy my round two? Here it goes, back up in this blue. Usually, yeah, what they didn't do. Yellow diamonds on my neck, shining like they fucking chew. Big body, fucking both lanes, that's the fun with. Never take any about that money. I'm not tricky. And you know I can afford that. All I take is done for you. And it's not in my way. Hey, I wanna fuck with me, she gotta pay her way. All I want is Gucci, baby. I don't want you, baby. I've been curving. Man, he's playing sports, hey. Like a playing baseball. I'm on top of my, don't you talk of my trip. Hey, don't you talk of my trip. I'm on top of my, don't you talk of my trip. Hey, don't you talk of my trip. Yeah, top of my, don't you talk of my trip. Don't you talk of my trip. Hey, hey, don't you talk of my trip. Hey, I'm on top of my, hey, don't you talk of my trip. Hey, I'm on top of my, on top, hey. Okay. I'm up win again. I'm up win again. I'm up win again. Again. What else? I'm up win again. I'm up win again. I'm up win again. Again. Don't quit him till it's over. Don't quit him till it's over. Don't quit him till it's over. Over. I'm up win again. I'm up win again. I'm up win again. Again. Winner. Center. Come on, beginner. We will in the winter. I'm a solo just so I became a winner. So I might have to holler. I'm fresh enough that I don't pop my collar. I'll make a 20 tomorrow. I cut her off the mission fair. There's no thinking there. Win, never lose. Win and play, never snooze. Stupid paper when I shoot. I can stop flipping no blues. I'm in this with some moves. I'm up win again. I'm up win again. I'm up win again. Again. What else? I'm up win again. I'm up win again. I'm up win again. Again. Don't quit him till it's over. Don't quit him till it's over. Don't quit him till it's over. Over. I'm up win again. I'm up win again. I'm up win again. Again. Win with some good friends. I hate this fashion and bought a pen. I do it. I know you watching, I know I said all the trends. You got a 10, I say 10 on 10. You say I'm not happy, please come again. Been the back in the man, back in New York, I'm feeling like a 10. You lucky for these clothes. I'd rather grind till it's over. Feel like I when I'm need a chauffeur, there's no losing or no tie. Business day worth. My finesse move is a spot. Ain't the dreams for the sky. I'm up win again. I'm up win again. I'm up win again.
Markets with bright futures to New York Knicks. All-star Julius Randle has agreed to a 4-year, $117 million extension, elevating his deal's total value to 5 years, $140. He will have a new teammate, 4-time All-Star guard Kemba Walker. Where'd he go to college? I'm sensing a theme. UConn has agreed to the buyout with the Oklahoma City Thunder and will return home to play in New York and join that up-and-coming squad. Meanwhile, the Chicago Bulls are adding San Antonio Spurs free agent guard DeMar DeRozan on a 3-year, $85 million contract. So both teams active during free agency. Now, in addition to DeRozan, the Bulls added Lonzo Ball in a sign-and-trade, as well as signing former Lakers guard Alex Caruso. The Knicks brought in Evan Fournier and also re-signed last year's most valuable player, as we mentioned, Julius Randle. All right, which team has the brighter future? Who wants to go first here?
Let Max go.
Because, I mean, this is a really special subject, so I don't want to get in the way of anything. Max, Max. Where were you born?
The Bronx.
Okay. And where do you live?
I live downtown Manhattan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Which team has the brighter future, Max? Would it be the New York Knicks, your hometown team, or the Chicago Bulls? Talk to me.
You know, I've been alive for 48 years. I've seen the Bulls win.
You look
6
very young for your age.
Oh, thank you. I see the Bulls win 6 championships. I've yet to see the Knicks win one. And I'm afraid to say their futures will look more like their past, at least in relation to each other. Think about what the Bulls just did. For a second. The Bulls just took a team with some young talent, and they added, look at Alex Caruso, nice player, right? He's coming off their bench.
Yeah.
They added to Zach LaVine in the backcourt, Lonzo Ball, who works on any team. He makes any team better. He's an excellent defender. He's a perimeter defender. He is a rebounder. He's a brilliant, genius level passer. He can really shoot, and he shoots a lot. Who wouldn't he work with as a combo guard or point guard in any backcourt? And then DeMar DeRozan, mid-range killer, all-star caliber player. So Lonzo and DeMar and Zach LaVine, who can jump out the gym and also bomb from 3. And Patrick Williams, by the way, was a top 5 draft pick. I think he went 4th overall and is a very, very young player who Stephen A. is already showing promise, known as a defender, but is showing offensive promise. He might be a real baller. It's still very, very early in his career. And then Vucevic, who they traded for from Orlando. Vucevic, one of the best, third best center in the East. Maybe the most well-rounded center when you consider defensive IQ, along with all the things he can do on offense, as down low as a shooter, as a passer, as a rebounder, a walking double-double with 20-plus points. Look at that team. Look what the future seems to hold for that team. Kobe White off the bench. Couldn't play defense at all so far as a young player, but can really light it up. The Bulls are put together as a team where, Patrick Williams, someone develops a little bit. Stephen A., they will be an Eastern Conference powerhouse for the foreseeable future. Their limit is not going to be long-term, second round of the playoffs.
All right. I hear you talking, Max. Let me tell you something, man. I mean, hey, all right. I get you with the Bulls because I'm a Zach LaVine fan. Congratulations to him. He's a gold medalist as well. The brother's a Skywalker. We forget that this brother, he's been saddled with injuries in the past. The brother's fresh off of averaging 27 a game for the season. Now, they only won 31 and 41, but it was a 9-game improvement under the first year of Billy Donovan, who we all respect as a coach, okay? National championship on the collegiate level, 2-time national championship, Coach Joakim Noah and Al Horford and the crew. So I give Billy Donovan a lot of respect, and I'm very, very fond of him. Okay, and I like management. Gar Forman, Paxson are out. Arturas, Karnasovis. I mean, he's there and what have you. I love the job that he's doing thus far. But damn it, I'm a Knicks fan. And I'm going to tell you something, Max Kellerman. Let me tell you something right now. You can sleep all you want to. You can sleep. New York, stand up. New York, stand up. I'm just telling y'all.
You were going to put that to rest for a little while.
Hey, Molly, I suggest you sit there and listen. Because this is very important. This is going to put a smile on your face. What I'm about to say. It's going to put a smile on your face. What I'm about to say, Molly. That brother Kemba Walker. I mean, we got some concerns about his knee, but I know this much: when he's on the court.
Oh, he's my miracle child. So how does your...
The brother good for 20 a night. We know he can create his own shot. We know he's got some skills. That's right, Max. You know what, Max? You gonna kick your feet up, do it right. Kick it up on the desk, bro. Kick it up on the desk. Sit back. I got a bad back, Stephen A. I got herniated disc. Let me tell y'all something right now. So we got Kemba Walker, right? Bronx native, national champion from UConn. You remember that show, Molly, he put on in that Big East championship. And oh, by the way, when he went to the pros and played those first 7 years in Charlotte or so, I mean, I didn't see a drop-off. I didn't see a drop-off with Boston until obviously his knees were a problem. He got to get himself healthy. We understand that. But the combination of him Derrick Rose, who was putting on a show this past year, along with Emmanuel Quickly, who has a tremendous upside. I like him. I like his moxie. I like his guts. He can play. We good at the point guard spot. You see this kid, Fournier. You saw what he did in the Olympics to some degree when he dropped 28 on Team USA, even though that wasn't the performance he put forth in the gold medal game. But he could play. He's good for 17 or 18 tonight. He can hit perimeter shots, plus he can create his own shot. We've got a coach in Tom Thibodeau who is obviously, as you even acknowledge, Mac, an elite defensive-minded coach, okay? We got to pay attention to that. Remember in the postseason, Mitchell Robinson was out. He's going to be back. You're talking about a 7'1" rebounder and shot blocker in the interior. Now, I have been told that Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett have been kidnapped. I have been told they have been kidnapped, and they have had their left hands handcuffed wherever they are. They're only allowed to use their right hand in the offseason. So come regular season time, when we finally see them again, I am told that they will have learned how to use their right hand. These will be ambidextrous individuals that will remember they have two hands, not just the left. Defenses won't be screaming, they're going left, and they continue to use their left hand. So we'll see that there. And when I look at that, let's take into account what I'm seeing. We solid at the point guard spot. We got somebody that's good for 17 to 18 a night at the off guard spot. We got an elite defense without question because they were top 3 this year defensively. We got that going on. Okay? And the way I look at it is that when you take that into account, what we're building is a team.
Oh my God! I might need to exit. You might have to throw up a little bit.
You might have
Come
to.
on.
You might have
oh my
to tell
God,
it.
this is a lot for a girl
There
to
is
take.
no Zach LaVine in New York at the Garden. I give you that because I love that brother. Boy, would I give anything to see him.
Is there a DeMar DeRozan?
But I would. Hey, let me tell you something about DeMar DeRozan. I don't think the combination of DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine works.
Oh,
that's my biggest thing, Max. I don't think that works. Don't get me wrong. One or the other. But I don't think the both
I like
of
them both.
them.
I like them together.
I think one or the other, yes, but not both of them together. And let me say this last thing about Lonzo Ball. I'm gonna say it to y'all again. Yes, he averaged 14 points this year. Yes, he shot 37% from 3-point range this year. All of that is true. But I'm telling you right now, I still see a dude that's still incremental. He ain't going south. He's going up, and I give him props for that. I like him. I like his family. Y'all know that. All I'm saying to you is that level of aggression that a lot of people are attaching to Lonzo Ball, thinking he's going to be this, I think that's in you. You either got that or you don't. And I can see him not being that guy. Yeah, he's going to be what he is, but not more than that. And I'm telling you right now, I think the Knicks are going to have a better season than Chicago. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't. And let me say something. Lonzo Ball has overall value because they play both sides of the floor.
Yeah,
I think is the best point guard on either team. That includes Derrick Rose, who is great. I mean, great as a 6-man. You saw the Knicks' fortunes change with Derrick. That includes Kemba Walker because of his size and the defensive liability. That includes Fournier. Anyone you want to mention, I'd rather have Lonzo Ball. I think DeMar DeRozan is the best 2-guard on either team. And DeMar DeRozan is a mid-range killer. And we saw in the playoffs, Stephen, and we increasingly see actually the mid-range killers have a lot of success in the playoffs because they give you the mid-range. They'll give it to you. They'll protect the paint and the 3, and these killers from mid-range will kill you. And that's DeMar DeRozan. And then Zach LaVine bombs from the outside. By the way, all 3 guys can get to the basket, especially LaVine.
They all
and
3 can
DeMar
get to
DeRozan.
the basket.
Yep.
They all 3 can get to the basket. That is absolutely true. But you know what? They're not an elite defensive team. I don't know how much they're going to prioritize defense. And I'm talking culture too, Mac. We're building a culture. Okay? Do it for the culture. Do it for the culture. You understand what I'm saying?
Positions, you'd rather have the Bulls guy.
Right?
At 4 out of 5 positions, you'd rather have the Bulls guy than the.
Grammarly helps you work more efficiently, which makes accomplishing your work goals easier. Get full sentence rewrite suggestions to help you say what you mean faster. Download at Grammarly.com. Try it today.
Hey! Stop! $31,000 in profit in one day using fully automated AI. And the crazy thing is by you just watching.
We got a very special guest in here today. Four-time All-Star with the Raptors out of USC. 2016 Olympic gold medalist. Spent 3 seasons with the Spurs. Just agreed to a sign and trade with the Bulls. We got DeMar DeRozan in the building. What's going on, brother? Compton legend. Man, appreciate it, man. Thank you. It was sad to remember all that. Yeah, I'm trying to. Appreciate it. But Compton High ain't there no more, right? What?
Yeah, man, they've been told my high school down, man. Hopefully they put something there, you know, that'll represent for sure.
You picked the Bulls. You had a ton of different options you could have went to. What was it about Chicago that got you excited?
The talent, obviously the city, great city. My whole career, I always try to look for a challenge. You know, the Bulls hasn't been winning the last couple of years. That's an organization. If you take off and win here, so much can come with that. You know, and the talent's there. Always been a fan of Zach. I think he do in his league. He showed what he really could do. You know, he really hasn't had that opportunity. I want to be a part of that and see Lonzo Ball go there. I've been a fan of his since high school, growing up here in LA. And the talent in the court, obviously this I played in college with him. It was just all there, and to me it made the most sense to go there and kind of be that piece to kind of help and be a part of the chip of the shoulder. You know, all those guys got a chip on their shoulder. Me as well, and I just want to come there and kind of put that thing together and just try to take off.
When you're making that decision, what's the most important part of it? You know, because when I played, I didn't have a free agency. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, my rookie season, but that was just financial. Yeah. They said I was going to be trying to get the most money. Yeah. I'm going there. But, you know, my second year, you know, I signed back, and then from there, just, you know, 1-year deals. You know, so for the most part, I didn't have that pressure of sitting here in free agency trying to figure out. So I don't, you know, trying to figure out, like, what is that actual process?
This was the first time for me. You know, that's reality. It was the first time for me. It was stressful as shit trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Just, you know, you want happiness, you want winning, you want good city, you want good weather. You know, all these things that come into play. You know, you want all those things. You're trying to just try to, you know, find an even keel with each one of those things. You know, I looked at the team, looked at the landscape of the team, and the capabilities, the beliefs, and the players that I've seen there. That was one. City, great city. It do get cold, but I was in Toronto for 9 years. I didn't expect when it comes to that. And somewhere I knew I could just go be myself around a basketball community. You know, growing up, obviously everybody was a fan, didn't know anything about the Bulls, that culture. Just want to be a part of that. And it was intriguing for me. You know, it was always easy to get around and go, play, to come home and play. You know, they already established. They have what they have here already. You know what I mean? It's always been something big for me to go somewhere and make something happen here. You know what I mean? That's unexpected, where guys is an underdog. Once I looked at that, it was a no-brainer.
You and Zach, that's gonna be a crazy combo. You know, when you think about it, like, it's just gonna be like, what, 2 and 3? I mean, you know, you try to figure out, like, man, like,
and that's exactly how I looked at it. You know what I mean? With such a question mark, with such a high ceiling. You know what I mean? And you know, I knew as soon as I made that decision, it was going to be like, the older fit is, you know, the whole criticism that comes with all the bullshit, the people who say stuff that never play basketball. But for me, I looked at it as a dynamic challenge that could be something special, that definitely will be overlooked in the beginning, but it could turn into something that wasn't expected, you know, and that was how I sat back and looked at it, you know, especially for me, I'm always thinking of myself as a basketball fanatic. I want everybody, from
from the 15th man on the bench to the starters. That just been me my whole career. So watching him and seeing the opportunity to be there, and just what you said, it was like, Zach on the wing. How can this play out? You know what I mean? And it becomes so intriguing to where it's like I couldn't turn down the opportunity.
Well, those dudes recruiting you at all? Were you talking to Zach before? I mean, that's the kind of thing I always wonder. The free agency seems like guys. Now, obviously in college, you're getting the letters and all that good stuff from coaches, but now it's more players. Nobody wants to be caught up in tampering and all that good stuff. So Zach hitting you up like, yo, man, you got to come through and do this because we can really do something special.
It really came from Vucevic.
Okay.
You know, that was my man, and for years, even when he was in Orlando, we always trying to figure out like play together. A lot of times it'd be like, you know, BS. You know what I mean? But you know, when the opportunity presented itself after he got traded to Chicago, we had a conversation during the season when we played them late in the season. It's like, look, free agent, let's see what we can do. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm gonna keep that on my radar. You know what I mean? As things transpired, you know, it just started making more and more sense. Having my conversation with Zach, and just everything else from there fell into place.
The funny thing about like summer talks with friends, right? We have the best trades ever. Like, like if you let the players put their teams together, man.
Yes, bro. Like, but that's the beauty of it. Like from our perspective, we know that. You know what I mean? And just like the opportunities of just making up a whole trade scenario playing with guys, it'd be crazy.
Like it's crazy because it's like we've done talk to each other, convinced like, yo, hey, in the summer we gonna come. You talk to the team and they're like, because I remember the LeBron situation where he's in Cleveland, right? And D-Wade something, he was like, yeah, you know, we on the boat together, we talking, like, so everybody's thinking like the way he's going to the Cavs, and it's like, we got done before you. Like, what? Like, we done spent 11 days together thinking this is about to happen, y'all.
It's crazy. It's crazy. The amount of people I thought I was about to play with, it'd be crazy. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you have the same thing. Like, if you just go down the list, like, yeah, we were supposed to play together. We talked about it. It's crazy. It'd be an all-star game.
Yes.
Now you mentioned you had people talking about the squad, and I saw the same thing. And this is the, I mean, I've seen it across the board. You know, when Russ came, it was like the same kind of situation. Oh, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna, like, we haven't even played the game yet. You know, looking at Lonzo, looking at Levine, like what excites you the most about being able to play with those guys in that three-headed monster?
One, with Lonzo, he hasn't fully blossomed into his potential. You know, his IQ on the court is incredible. You know, him being a point guard general that he is, his tendencies on the floor is amazing. You know, and it's just been a rocky few years of him coming to the lead, and now finally, you know, being compensated, knowing where you're going to be, somebody believing in you. Now you can kind of like feel free and really be yourself. You know, so with him being there, that opens up, like I said, with Zach, he just played on the Olympic team. I know the confidence you leave from an Olympic team, you know, after you play with just being around those guys. What you carry over to that following season is incredible. You know, you have more of a winning mentality, work ethic. You know, you really want to get after it, you know, because you feel like you belong. And him being a part of that, knowing what that's like and carrying that over to the season, it's like, I can't even beat that.
What's so funny is people don't really understand when you're on that Olympic team and you're playing against this group. Like I had the selfish mentality, right? So I'm looking at Ron, Melo, Bosh, Chris Paul, Joe Johnson, right? The White. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, I really get to test my potential. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right? So I'm using that just to test. Like, if you can't stop me, this season's easy. So when I got back, I'm on God mode. Like, I'm looking like, yo, I was giving them business out there. I wasn't playing. I don't even care about the play.
It don't matter. That don't matter.
Yeah, they had to see me in practice. I was a villain in practice. And then that was when I came, because I just missed the free throw, so, a little chitter-chatter about the free throws.
Yeah.
So all that. So when I got back to the States, my confidence was just off the chain. I just felt invisible.
Yeah.
So my training stepped up. Like, it was just a whole thing. And I, like I know how that feels because it happened.
And it's real. When I looked at it, and it just took me back when I was playing in the Olympics. Like my first 10 games, I was averaging damn near 40. You know what I mean? Afterwards, but it's just what you said. You're around these guys. Even if you don't play that much, you know. Like, you just know, and your mind, your mental, everything is just different. Your swag, just everything is completely different, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
So what's it like you just practicing in those situations, going up against those guys? Like, what kind of stuff you taking away from dudes you're going up against?
Everything. You know what I mean? Even me, it was a lot of times, we have practice. We just be playing, and a lot of guys would, work out after practice. And I used to just sit on the side. And I just used to watch, like, certain tendencies certain players did, they work ethic, this, that. You just find any miscellaneous anything you could take from it, and it carries over to where it's like, all right, well, we practiced for this long. He got tired at this point. All right, now I know fourth quarter, if we playing, I ain't gonna get tired because I know his go-to move when he gets tired. You know what I mean? Just so much that goes into it that you carry over, whether it's true or not. You believe it. You know what I mean? So your confidence is out the roof. You know what I mean? So now it's like, ain't nobody stopping me. This is what I've been around 11 of the best players in the world. Y'all was just sitting at home chilling. You know what I mean? Like, so.
What's the funnest part of that experience for you? Like, off the court, hanging out with guys, like just seeing their personality, like that dynamic.
Yeah, probably just the trash talking. You kind of get a different element of guys, talking trash, and necessarily don't even gotta be about basketball. You know what I mean? If you're playing cards, playing video games, just kind of like, you really get in a different element with guys that you normally don't see. You know what I mean? Like, we always compete against each other, but you could realize, like, you're funny as a bullet. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, you see a different part of players that you kind of, you understand, like, damn, this is really a journey, and like, that's gonna last a lifetime with these guys. You know what I mean? That kind of sticks with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's actually the longest, like, outside of basketball, when you like, group up.
Yeah.
The Olympic team is the longest that you're actually around someone.
Yeah.
When it comes to All-Star games, it's
in and out.
In and out. But like, you in the Olympics, y'all traveling together, y'all practicing together, y'all chilling together at the hotel, y'all find party to go to at night, whatever. So you really get a sense, like, you know what? He's laying his bro. Yeah. You're a goofball, right? He's goofy. And then, like, same thing with, like, Dwight. Like, bro, you in Atlanta, you just want to dance.
Right, yeah.
That's all you want to do, just sweat in the room, just dancing, bro. So you really get to know, like, who's who.
Yeah.
Like, you just understand, because it's more of a family feel now instead of that rivalry where y'all just looking at each other's sideways.
Yeah.
If you don't want to name names, you don't have to. But who's a guy who's gang, like, big time, player, but when they get into cars or video games, they just getting smacked by everybody.
They getting smacked? Who is it? We had a lot of them.
We got a lot of them.
That's what I mean. You one of the greatest basketball players in the world.
I know the worst person who can hold their hand, Melo.
Okay.
Melo's like little kid when he get good cars, boy. He get the giggling.
You can tell with Melo. He ain't got the greatest poker face. You know what I mean? But I mean, everybody, like, you know what I mean? It becomes more of a, it just becomes more of a game. You know what I mean? Because you kind of let your guards down from hooping. You know what I mean? So you just see it. You know what I mean? Everybody comfortable to the point to where it's like, like, I'm a jokester. I'm this. You just see it. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of it at the same time.
You get to see the real.
Yeah.
You get to see the real person.
Yeah.
Like, when we're on that court, we're trying to show as less emotion as we possibly can. So we're gonna come off different. You know, when we're just sitting there chilling, hanging out, you really get the sense of what the person's really like. Like so when people are like, man, that dude's confident. Nah, he's a team. He just got to do that for the like he's real chill outside. You know, when them cameras come on, it's just that's what gets him going. But off the camera, he's chill.
That's the wild thing. Obviously, winning that gold medal, where does that rank in terms of basketball competition for you?
I mean, number one. I mean, one I never in my life like done you see the Olympics now on such a great scale because it's so publicized. And growing up, you know, the Olympics, I wasn't 18 years old getting up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't even have cable to even know. The Olympics is such a prestige thing because it's out there. You got social media. You see everybody that's so I never thought I'd be a part of the Olympics. So being able to have the gold medal in the Olympics, I feel definitely honored. Probably one of the best times in my basketball career that I had, just being with guys. I remember being in the moment when we went to Rio and we were sick because we had to stay on the boat. And I just got tired of feeling the boat rock every night. Like even
was that really going on?
Yes, it was like
I don't mess
you know what I mean. Like it was just so much going on. But I remember as soon as we won, we walked away from it. It was like, man, like that was the best time of my life. You know what I mean? Just being with guys, playing cards, talking trash. You know, just the whole nine. Like you know what I mean? It made it worth it. I do it all over again.
Grammarly helps you work more efficiently, which makes accomplishing your work goals easier. Get full sentence rewrite suggestions to help you say what you mean faster. Download at Grammarly.com. Try it today.
Just looking at this Olympics, this squad, they dropped a couple games early. I think Pop took a lot of heat for that. Just looking at it.
It's gonna take off with a train. Hit up in the past, like I'm in the past, like it's on my phone. Sorry, mama, that I feel them struggles with my fault. Sorry that I got a job. Sorry that I broke your heart. It's good. I like that we got a problem. He don't know. I'm in the streets, I'm in the like he wants the weekend. I'm a problem solver. I'm a problem solver. You put me through the okay, so you know it's shit. We in the good on this line. All man, like okay, ain't no kidding me. So you say it to my friends, so I tell you what they it's a fall, my be going right. Gotta like this thing. I'm a life without the same. You can love me if you live. Yeah, I should've known better. Why did you lift up your sleeve? I don't want you to live. You don't want me for me. You only want the thing that's been cheated. Be the greatest thing you ever said to me. For my need. Good you on the I hate you think
looking at it, usually last week's season with the Spurs, you think he got a lot of unnecessary slander with his squad. Obviously, putting up many goals. Was a little too much going into it.
I mean, yeah, but
one thing I know about shit.
as long as you get the job done, he don't care. You know what I mean? And sometimes, you need low adversity. You know what I mean? Adversity gonna come. All the people saying, those guys know.
We are the greatest. Like, if we want to go out and assemble a team to win by 50, we can. We don't do that anymore. Like, we don't. The dream team style. Like, you got to remember, the dream team took the two best players in every position and then added Magic Johnson. So it was a whole veteran team going out there just whooping up people. We don't do that anymore. We're trying to put a team that can really, like, hit it together quick. So instead of the superstar saying, all right, you know what, I'm gonna be a role player for you guys, they're just gonna go find the role player. And that's more of what we're doing, instead of saying, all right, we're just gonna put the best 12 out there, and then y'all.
My friend used to pay $163 for car insurance. Now look at how much he pays. $28. Mostly.
We have to wait here. It's been a long time in the works, let's just say that.
Yeah. I've been with him, for a while now.
Yeah, that's where I want to pick it up. Okay?
I know him for a while.
You know him for a while.
So I know when Flakes is coming in,
Well, we're not calling it that, what? It's just a busy year.
Yeah, your
schedule.
I mean, during the season.
I'm in my hotel the day that we're playing Washington, and I've been using this quotes that he said to start this season, and I'm so ready for this game, like I can't sleep. And my phone rang in my room, and I'm like, never got a call in my room before. So I picked the phone up. Gil.
You're right, I did call.
Gil called. He say, man, the media.
Welcome to a very special edition of No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. I'm Mike Botticello. Gilbert Arenas over there. We got a very special guest here today. It's episode 100.
I thought this was for me, though, when I walked in.
So you're part of the show. You're part of the show, so welcome to the show. Episode number 1. Like, it's a monumental occasion. Yeah. A big hitter. And
a big hitter?
All right. And I'm going to say, Gil, man, this is the first time we've ever had. So I'm going to say this. You're probably the most photographed without a shirt on player in NBA history.
Oh, really?
I think about it.
He said to me,
I can't think anybody.
You're turning that up in 2021, though. Yeah, I think JR is more known.
You're high fashion.
I'm gonna turn it up in 2021. I got more shirtless photos coming your way.
But we're talking like GQ, Esquire, People, Sexiest Man Alive. I said hit it.
You gotta know the right people. That's all. I just know the right people. Put me on those lists.
But then also there's certain people that you got to have the goods when you put the shirt. There's that one photo of you. I think.
I remember when I was seeing, I was like, he did that. Hey, can I get on something? He's on Esquire. He done got Sean John.
Oh yeah, Sean John. Yeah, man.
I need to go to Miami. I knew I should have went to Miami when it was all.
There's a stat we're gonna kick this off with. 18-3. You're 18-3.
Wow. I was gonna say that, but I ain't want to come off cocky like that. But yeah, I probably
Hey man.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but 18-3. 3 games ago.
Gil, what happened?
when you bring my nemesis there, Gary Payton. I was getting, oh yeah. Yeah, that
Six?
Yeah, he was.
He was your nemesis. How old was he at that point?
It didn't matter.
He was like how old I am right now, sitting in this
Because what
chair.
ends up happening is he busts my ass.
But he's still around, so you got him.
Yeah, so I had to get him back. And when he got to you guys, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
So we got
a lot of people was coming for the glove.
But you were like, I'm gonna kick his ass out the door.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna back up. 04. So 04 they go to the Olympics, right? Because this would actually stop my trash talking towards play. So 04, USA team moves. So they're 3-0. They start the season off 3-0. We 2-0. You know, and they asked me a question like, "How you gonna stop the Heat?" The Heat, nobody works. so we haven't seen them yet. I didn't. Nobody worry about the Heat, man. I said, listen, they got Dwayne Wade. We just gonna treat them like they just treated like they was a. They can't shoot. We just gonna sit on the zone. Wow, we good, right?
It's true.
We in the locker room, right? So you know, like we got Brendan Haywood and them reading. It was like
He said, ooh.
He was like, "You said this?" I said, "Say what?" You said Dwayne Wade couldn't shoot. I was like, nobody reads the paper. You don't think he read it, did he? She was like, we're about to find out. So we go out the game. Larry Hughes goes out 2 minutes. He scores 16 points. Or I go to the bench. I think he read all of that. Do not put me on that man no more, brother. I done learned my lesson. Gave us 27 minutes.
Yeah. So, lesson learned. My version. So I hear about what Gilbert said. You know, I'm not reading the papers, but someone said, came at me like that. Okay, so a mark on the calendar. Okay, full, big circle, right? So, and then like my first 3 games, I'm already probably like I'm balling. My average are probably 30 at this point, starting the season. I'm in my hotel the day that we're playing Washington, and I've been using this quotes that he said to start this season, and I'm actually just I'm so ready for this game. I can't sleep. And my phone rings in my room, and I'm like, I've never got a call in my room before. So I picked the phone up, Gil.
You're right, I did call.
Gil called. He say, you know, man, you know, the media.
You said the shit.
You know how they spin things, man. You know, that's not what I meant. So forth, so on, whatever was said. And I'm like, I hang up the phone, like, nope, not about to throw me off my shit. He's not about to throw me off. I'm going at Gilbert today. That's in my whole mindset. It was about Gilbert. So I still keep that same mindset. So once Larry Hughes go out the game and they put Gilbert on, I said, here we go. This is what I've been waiting on something.
Yeah, I just remember because I'm looking 3-0. Oh no, I gotta defuse this. Yeah, where that Wade at? Yeah, let me get that Wade. I just remember I did call.
I ain't had no alias at the time. I wasn't like nobody was checking for me yet. I ain't had no alias yet.
So like your conscience kicked in for a second, a quick second.
Yeah, because I wasn't hot rod then.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wasn't like it was like. You know how like we were trying to start talking shit and we didn't know how it worked, and you know, so it was my first like, yeah, nobody worry about them, and like, whoop, and then I get smacked right in the mouth. That was the last time I ever said it. That's just like I don't want. I just do my own court stuff, say here and stuff, but that call them out in public, no. I learned my lesson.
So what was that? One out of the 21 times?
Oh no! It seemed like he just carried it on and just.
Yeah, I did. It was a Washington Wizards thing.
He just carried that on, game after game after game.
I mean, and then too, it was a great place to play. I mean, at that time, Gil had it rocking up in Washington, so it was you wanted to play there. It wasn't quiet. It was live in DC. So it was a great showcase too. For every time we came there, it's what it felt like. He was like, oh, I'm in the capital. I want to put on a show.
It's what they're like for you because you win.
Maybe you don't know what the USA Basketball Women's National Team has done. You should know they've been undefeated since '96, 25 years of gold medals. Inspirational, and badass, whether you are paying attention or not. Now you know.
There's billions of dollars waiting to be claimed. Go online and discover what's yours. Like Lynn.
We will forever be grateful to the state for what they did. It was just unbelievable, the extraordinary efforts they went through for my children.
I actually love, like, the point guard wasn't my favorite. The two was, when they moved me over to the two, it just, for some reason, it just freed me up. It freed my mind up. It freed everything up. The point guard had me thinking
too much. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a thinker like that. Like, I can think the game, I know the game, but like, I don't like thinking. I like to react. So, you know what I mean? That's natural. And so when I got to the two, I was like, oh, my shoulders got a little loose. This feels good, so I don't have to pass. What you're telling me, only if I want to. Okay, it's a different game now.
We were talking about that. Who in those early years was that person that like guided you to do that? Was before Shaq got there, right? So it was like you were a young guy and it could have gone a lot of different ways. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Bill could have ended up there. Yeah. But for you, who was in within the organization?
Eric Spoelstra, before he became who he is now, Hall of Fame coach, when I got there, he was in the video room, right? He started in the video room, so he would do the video, and then after we get done with practice, they'll send him upstairs to work out with me because I needed a lot of work on my game. So Coach Spo would come up, and he started working on me on my balance, started working on me on, contact, finishing through contact, and pushing me on my shot because back then you can have that hand on that hip and somebody go to shoot, you could shovel. And so I was getting in the lane and they were just pushing me on and nobody to the big man. No calls. So he had to train me and train my mind on that. So Coach Spo was so big, he wasn't Coach Spo at the time, but Coach Spo eventually being, obviously my head coach at the point. He was very important for me when I first came into my development, into the NBA. So I give him a lot of credit.
I mean, what you saw with him at that point, because I know you size everybody up and you take your notes, was it the fact that he's going to be a problem for someone along with that?
He was faster and quicker than what it seemed. Like you can watch somebody on TV and you're like, oh, okay. But when you get him in real time, like, wait a minute, hold on. Hey, hold on. Why am I guarding him? He's too strong. Like y'all was making it seem like he was 205. That is not a 205. Like I don't know what that is. That is not. This is not to say you don't have to put the big. Get back in here, Larry.
I was close to the 220.
Yeah, I was like, Larry, you're too skinny for this man. Because I remember there was one play we was pushing. So it was like, all right, he's killing us going middle. Push the baseline. All right, push the baseline. Beat it. You go baseline and you spin out of that. Like this is before like you remember like creativity wasn't like it wasn't really creative like that.
Yeah. Like now everyone's
like it wasn't like you coming in with the slight. There was none of that. Like AI had the crossover, so you seen that coming. So when people spin out of stuff, you didn't really know what to do. So he went baseline and spin, boom. I know someday he can dunk off spin too. What? He's dunking off spin. He's dunking off splits. Y'all can't guard this man to the basket. Y'all can't guard. Look, I'm fine with my man. But listen, I said some shit and he's making all like it was just one of those things. It's like, like that's like it was one of those things. Like you see the evolution. Like like there's players that come in. That's evolution. You can see it. And you can see like the explosion, the movement, and I'm like,
well, I think that's both you guys. Not to cut you off, but think about him. He was pulling up from beyond, like deep.
But my evolution is coming because I can't play this position.
Like, so I'm evolving the point guard position because it's a disadvantage for them because they're not scorers. You know, they're playmakers. They're forced to play make. So me coming at them and the worst they can give me is 20. You know, I'm trying to give you 30. The worst we can do is 20. You know, it's different than you already see elite shooting guards and their explosion.
They can give you 60.
And then you just see just like, yo, what? Like, I remember I'm watching Jason Richardson. So I see what explosion looks like. This was different. Like, that's what I'm saying. You got Euro stepping, Euro to the layup, Euro, and then Euro dunk. Like, wait, hold on. Because I remember I was in Chicago. All right, stand right there. I can try. Hey Grover, what leg stuff? What leg stuff he got? What I gotta do to get to that? Because it was like everything that was doing it was just the finishing. I'm like, yo, how did he still have this kind of down after doing all this movement? It was just unreal. It was such a good.
Yeah, I always say, like, I feel like the one thing I never got credit for is my creativity. You know what I mean? Like, I think I was kind of not evolute. I didn't start it, but I feel like when I came into my position, no one was doing the creative things that I was doing at the size that I am, and then, like you said, finishing it with it. You know what I mean? And so I was a very creative player, and it wasn't that I made it all up, but I watched what someone did, and I figured out a way to put my own spin to it. And I always said I didn't have a go-to move. Like, I had so many in my repertoire. My career had so many different moves, and it all comes from just creativity, of understanding position, understanding the space I needed, understanding that Brandon Haywood is too slow. If I come off this pick and roll and he's coming, he's too slow. You know what I mean? And I know that. I know his feet is too slow, so I'm coming off this pick and roll. I'm gone because his job is to cut me off. I'm like, come and cut me off. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? And so I was very creative as a player. And I feel like I never got the credit for how creative I was, you know, playing a game of basketball.
But a lot of that too is you have it in your bag and you're reacting too. So it's like whatever really that's very rare too. Guys don't have all these things like I got a counter. Show me this with Brandon Haywood. Okay, that's what I wanted. Thank you.
Like there was two people that I said, you know, on pick and rolls, it was just they were impossible. You and Jamal Tinsley. Like Jamal Tinsley. What are we even doing on the pick and roll? There's nothing to do. Hard show, under show. Like, he was here and now he's over there. Like, we still to this day didn't know what you were doing. Is he carrying? Hey, ref, he's carrying, ref. It's like he comes and...
Oh, I definitely carried a lot.
But
oh, yeah.
It was...
They don't call it.
No.
But because where you started from, you was allowed to come up. So that's what the ref told me.
Yeah, okay.
He said because he's starting in a crouch position, when he comes out of it, he's allowed that space.
Yeah.
So I'm like...
Yeah, because I got real low.
So you're real low. So
real low.
Here, so when you're coming
up, yeah.
It's not considered...
Because I used to throw that joint over.
Yeah.
You know what I seen doing that? So when I got in, I was looking. Jason Kidd. I watched Jason Kidd get away with so many carries. Jay Kidd, I love you. I watched Jason Kidd get away with so many carries. I was like, okay. So when I get to that level of respect, I'm carrying the hell out of this ball. Boy, when I got to that level, I was... But getting low, Tom Crean, my college coach, shout out to Tom Crean, that's what he taught me in practice. And I didn't know what he was doing. He's like, this shoulder needs to be on that ground. Like, that's how low you need to get. And so the workouts to do that, to bend my legs and get my knees and all that down there to do that, was grueling. But eventually, once I figured it out, then I realized, like, oh, once I get low, can't nobody get back in front of me. And so then it became part of the game.
And I was thinking that too, it's product of your environment. And I gotta tell you, a lot of times we give a lot of credit to LA Hoopers, you know, a lot of activity. He doesn't really like New York Hoopers, does not give them any respect. Understand that was a different era.
It's an outdated market.
Yeah, he said it's an outdated.
They had their time. They haven't been producing.
Yeah, they had their time for sure.
I'm gonna say Chicago.
Chicago got bounced.
Chicago's been pretty consistent too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like we ever fell off. Like, LA has came with like everything. I mean, it's about
1,200 dudes from LA and the NBA. Like, you know, they got it, especially right now. But like, I feel like Chicago, we've always produced great players. It's been consistent over the years. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's a different style. Like Oz is tough and rugged, and you know, LA is a little different.
Flashy.
It's a little turnaround, shoot, walk down the court, hit a game winner like this.
Could you have ever done that with Tom
No, I need to see mine go through. I ain't had that kind of shot neither. I ain't had that confidence like he shot. I remember watching that, man. I remember seeing him shoot that game winner, turn around in the crowd. And he's messed up a lot of people's career doing that because Nick Young tried it. Kimba walked away like this and it didn't go in. So, but that was epic.
Yeah, Steph turned it into a whole nother thing. Like,
it's Steph evolved.
But you're saying the point is like when you I'm thinking of that play when you blocked the shot, came down, pulled up, the time expired, and you know, in Miami and like the celebration. Everyone wants those moments.
Yeah.
You were the celebration first.
You know, it was just the confidence at that time. You know, it's this thing we were competing so much, like it was the youth competing. That this is what happened. Someone said, someone was like, yeah, man, Ray Allen, first ballot Hall of Famer. So I was like, so you know, I'm thinking, you know, 2000. I had to really go to him and realize we were moved.
He said we were moved
because you got to remember, it was your second year you All-Starred, right? Which was my fourth year. I All-Starred. LeBron's second year. Young. We done already. There's 3 spots in the All-Star game for young guys. You and LeBron starting. So where was it? Was like, wait, hold on. He did what? Because by some of those veterans, they're at 26, 7, 8. They were already removed out of the All-Star game. I didn't even think about that. Because I'm over here, so I'm looking at like, and then I was like, oh, All NBA only made it. Because I was like, he wasn't an All NBA team because I was third. It was me and Chauncey one year, and then me and AI and me and Dwayne one year, and then it was Dwayne.
Can't leave him open at all.
On the other side, it was Kobe, what's her name, and then it was realized he only made it twice.
Right?
Yeah.
All NBA? Twice. Over his whole career?
Stand in my rear view. How dare you? Clear people out until they fear you. You handle it like Malcolm. Soon together we can steer true. I just got another car, but life won't catch me if I speed through. I just need to breathe. I don't pray from my knees. I don't pray to it. They told me God is in me. So I just meditate to draw a blank. They won't see what I see unless I paint a vivid picture, no matter the place or the seat. So if I'm taking a stage, I need an intimate bond. I need you to feel what you need. See, I'm no different than you. See, I grew up with my mama in the same house as my papa. They tried making me proper, but they like, you, it's just you. I'm like, I'm black. I'm back. I got it. We young. We strong. Yeah, right. Perform. I'm work. I kill. We march. We feed. We down. No, I own it. I own it. I own it. I'm ballin'. We feed. You know. She want it. We are.
Yeah, that's why I said it was just weird. Like, listen, I'm like, I'm over here trying to compete with Dwayne, LeBron, and then
But when we got in the league, Ray had moved on he moved to Seattle.
Yeah. and they didn't have a good team at that time. I mean, Ray was still putting out, he had a couple 50s, he was putting out buckets on people's head, but they didn't have a great team. Like, Rashard Lewis was young, Luke Rittenauer at the point. You know, they didn't have a great team, so he kind of got lost for a while in not having a great team until the trade sent him to Boston. Then now, Ray came back. That's what it was. He kind of got lost in the sauce of the new excitement, the young guys, and him playing in Seattle. Well, he was given numbers, but he was in the West.
Yeah, I was like, well, the funny thing that you say there is when he got to Boston and put that team together, because he was in Seattle, West Coast. You know, people forget about games on the West Coast, let's be honest. So he knew, like, my window is closed. If I get a shot, I gotta go to the team.
But even in the East, if everyone stayed healthy, I mean, you gotta remember Vince Carter got pushed out of the NBA All-Star game. We're All-Stars at 23. Mm-hmm. So I remember I took him out when I beat him. That was 2006-07 All-Star. So that was the 2006-07 All-Star. So if he's only 42 right now, back then he was only 30, 29 when he got taken out.
I mean, yeah, he was still in his prime. He
was just in his prime.
I mean, Vince stayed in his prime for a long time. He just retired. He didn't need to. Vince stayed there for a long time.
It was quick how young kids just took over.
But you know what, too? What happened in the game shifted, right? Like, so right now we watch Steph Curry shift again, right? So you watch players shift. When we came in, the game shifted, and when it shifted into specialty, right? It shifted to, they took the hands off, the rules changed, and now we got free, and then it became where pick and rolls was the thing. Vince wasn't a pick and roll player, Ray wasn't a pick and roll player, so forth and so on. So now the game changed to watching us and our excitement and what we were doing. Our numbers could have been the same, but the fans started loving what we were doing. And you got to understand, like, what Gilbert did, which a lot of people don't talk about, is the NBA we have rules. Before, it wasn't, guys weren't coming at you pulling up at three like that. That wasn't the game when I first got in. Gilbert was coming at you full steam ahead, and then he'll stop and pull up at three. Where our rules is to pick a guy up, your toes at the three-point line, not heels over the three-point line. So he coming down full steam, like, oh, he coming, and he's like, what are you doing? And he just started stopping. That wasn't the rules. So, like, we had to now change our rules to say, oh, hey, heels above the three-point line, you got to pick a guy up. Just those small things that fans don't know, but, like, he took advantage of the rules. James Harden took advantage of the rules. Like, to me, those players that take advantage of the rules are so smart. I mean, I eventually took advantage of the rules. That's why I got so many free throws. Like, I took advantage of, it wasn't vertical at the time. So if you jump into a big man, it's a foul on him. That was the rule. So I took advantage of it. Good game.
We want to change it by 2008.
It changed the whole game, too.
And that's what they said. They said they got two headhunters, Gilbert and Dwayne. And they said they're seeking bodies and not seeking baskets.
That's the game. So now I'm like, okay, guys are sitting at the logo. Where are we going next? Who about to pull up from behind half court? Who about to come back like half court, like LaMelo did in high school? Who about to start doing that? Because, like, where are we going?
I think, it's bigs like Jokic, guys that are bigs that can bring the ball before. And if I had to guard a big man now. And also, where's going to getting younger? That's really what it is. Because 4-year players coming out of college, less and less of those. And it's all these young guys. And if you're an older player, eventually the game's going to evolve. And that's why LeBron's so impressive, right? For a lot of people. But, like, his thing, he's always added things to survive.
Listen, okay, we got to have a conversation.
Here we go. Take a sip first.
Is LeBron the best he's ever been?
I think so. And I think because he's getting slower and the athleticism is going down just a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. He has to think more. He has to play the game smart, wise. You know, so something most people had to do at like, he's doing it now.
Right.
So instead of just using his brute strength like he was when he was younger, he has to be wiser. So I think, you know, this is like his best factor.
Yeah. Watching him the other night, obviously went back to Cleveland, hit up 40 points. But I was watching the way he played the game, and I got a chance to see him at what we think was his best LeBron in 2012. That was the best LeBron we've seen, right? And it was that time where maybe everybody on the outside or even inside you was frustrated because he's like, just do that. Yeah. Just take a guy to the block. And there were certain things he just wouldn't do at certain times. And so now I watch his game and I say, does he have a weakness in his game? And I start from the rim all the way back to half court. He can do everything. But no, let's take it even back. Let's take it all the way back from the rebound. Mm-hmm. Right? He does everything now. So now he's good at everything. He's shooting high 40 and 3-point now. And his range is out to the logo. Mm-hmm. Right? You know, he's mid-range. He can post you up. He can face you up. He's still going to dunk on you. His ability to see the floor now is so much. It's better now because he's seen every coverage. Like, it's at the point now where I'm looking at this guy and say, I've never seen nobody get better at 36 years old. Like, this doesn't happen. And I feel like this is the best. As a fan now, I'm watching, I think this is the best LeBron I've seen. And he's not jumping over, hitting his elbow on the rim. He's just hitting his right here on the rim now, you know? But it's changed, but I've never seen this before.
Like, this is that he's more,
he's more complete. There you go.
Shut up, bitch. Why'd you fucking man?
That's all. Alright, you should have gave that up.
Girl, shut up. You dumbass bitch. I'm right on his ass. Cough this shit up. I'm right on your ass, boy. Cough that shit up. Cough that shit up. Get a pussy up. Get a pussy up, boy.
Take him, bro.
That gay ass.
You guys are not give it the ball on me, man. Well, I'll do what I want.
Shut your bitch ass up.
You gonna just give it the ball on me, gonna pass it on. I
Shut your
do
bitch
what I
ass
want,
up, nigga.
I've yet to see you steal it. I ain't worried about stealing. I'm just going to pain.
Bitch ass nigga. Guard your fucking man, bitch.
That was that screen shit, bro. That was that bitch ass up. That nigga be ready for screen, bro. That nigga be sitting on screen. I see you. Shit, cut to the back there.
He fired.
Okay. I should have. Yeah. That's out there. You want to play that? See? That's real.
Children.
I went too far. That's it. Yeah, get that through. Yeah, he won't. Then look at three.
Good shot, King.
Mm-hmm. Starting to feel better now.
Ah, dog, we can kick them off. We got him. Oh,
Dumb ass bitches.
that was a good time. Huh?
Mind your fucking business. Shut up.
Uh-oh. How about that?
Oh, man, God. How about that? Oh, man. How about that?
Wow.
It's straight up.
That's what you threw me. I'm snatch it. You threw me at the animation. Oh. Threw me at the animation. Oh,
bitch ass niggas.
That's freaking sick.
The thing is that on you. You go see
You only have the first person to pick to hit. Yeah, but I mean, you're good dribbler. I ain't cheating in the game. Man. You're saying the guy was the person to pick.
Nah. Check that shit out.
That's good basketball, man. I just blocked the shot. Talk too much. Hit that three.
That bitch ain't hit shit all game. You gonna get the ball.
Oh, he can hit though. I played with him already. Watch out. Good move. But my man got me.
Who else? It was come back in.
Oh, come on. That's cool. They would have won this game. My boy missed 2 of the shot, 2 of the 3. It was all good.
Damn, the double. Adios. Fuck out of here. Bitch ass. See you later. Shut up. You ain't think shit. Thought you was
Boy, you're a toxic guy.
Bye-bye.
I'll be back.
Shut your bitch ass.
That's your favorite word, right?
Shut your bitch ass, nigga. You heard what I said.
Oh, man.
Spelled off.
You see my name
no louder for you, like your mama.
You gonna make me take my bill off, bitch ass.
Read that name. Crisis skin, so I ain't tapping back, man. I don't sit there and do all those stuff.
Shut up, bitch. Spin a bin.
I just think they make you
spin a bin, you fucking fire.
Make you feel good, don't it?
Spin a bin, you fucking fire. Spin a bin with the kids trying to back you up.
Make you feel good, don't it?
Bitch.
It make you feel good, don't it?
Look at this.
Attention like staples, not a cap on can too able. But smooth for you, got a bad girl that's too rude for you. These rules for you. First you get your paper right, you get it stiff to your walls. Then we both go explore the world every day. Like some doors, I'm in the song and up in the space. Anything to get up out of this place. Out of the plan, and got a demand. It took so long. Just like a man is at the bottom. Don't understand it. Things are just happening. I never planned. It's more than one thing. It's so grand. It's giving you take it, but never for granted. I'm wearing eight.
In other sports, Tom Brady might be the exception too, but when you get older, you get smarter, you got more experience, but then physically, you're in the deep.
And he didn't lose that. So normally, when I
spent $1 million to take care of his body,
dang, I wish if I could. Yeah, I see it.
So he didn't lose his athleticism. And take care of his body, like he does an amazing job. But the man above said, "Boom, you're blessed." Let's get away from that. Take care of like he does it. He spends a lot of money. I know a lot of people who do it and spend a lot of money and it didn't work. You know what I mean? The man above said, "I'm gonna get you everything but a headline." That's my guy. Always thought. But he has it, and so now he's unlocked it all. He has it's nothing in his mind. He don't think about shooting a logo pull up because he doesn't have like back when he was even in his prime when he was the best MVP. He still had a lock in certain things, whether it was in his 3-point shot or whether it was in his free, whatever it is. He doesn't have a lock anymore. The only thing that he ain't doing is shooting 90% from the free throw line. That's the only thing left for this man to do. Outside of that, he can do everything else.
And I'm just trying to think what unlocked it. Was it that Cleveland team when he had to do more himself? That's a good question.
He really it started unlocking every year he won.
Yeah, every year you see
when he won. Now that monkey gets off his back. Now he's going to the next year, trying a little bit, trying some things that he didn't try the year before.
The thing his face don't helping out on him, on nobody else. It's a post-facilitator, okay. Oh, horrible shot. It's too early. That's that one. My bad, yeah. Should hit that. I cheated. Maybe freaking stars.
He's greening that motherfucker.
Yeah, that game is funny. I can't wait till 22 come out. It 10 times better. All that animation slides gonna be gone. That's what they bring every year, though. Too early? Yeah, good defense. They couldn't give it to him. Stuff like that. They only gave it 14% cover. There you go. There you go. Oh, come on, that ain't good. Bro, hey, man, you hit a shot in the wild, man. That's crazy. Good D. I'm right here. Oh! Good hustle. That's you. Oh. That's a move for some stuff over 2K, man, right there. There you go. I got this guy here. Good. You know I saw you. You started off slow.
We're still in this. We're still in
this. Soft up jump. I see. Right here, baby. Shoot that. With the #1 fan sign. Okay. What? I got this big ass shit. RBC. I don't know if you get that. Don't let them get Come on now. Girl, he flew out of bounds? All right. You kept cutting. You kept cutting behind you. There you go. You finally hit one. I was looking for that cut talk for you. There you go. Oh, I love them both sometimes because I don't want. Dang. I got it back though. I see what he's doing. He's trying to run to that corner. Woo! Come on, Jimmy. Extra step, Chief was. No, that's you. Good shot. There you go. I took my time on that one. I can tell that one. Let me take my time like real life. Gather that up. I see what he's doing, running. Got a little bit of strength in my guy. Oh, he had it. Damn. That's straight. Still. Oh, that's all. Get the rebound. Over. Oh, we missed it. I got it. We're running. Oh, come on, that's a steal, okay? Oh. You gotta stay there. It was easy for me to pick him up and
we had a room, man. I want to run there again.
There we start off slow. I got a couple more games. I got to wait to go to church in the morning. Sleep.
Let's go. You bring him around. I'm going to get at least one more in. That's a good game right there.
Yeah. You gotta help me get on the first my up. I'm gonna go play this guys over here. Oh, look what they lost. They still on.
Put me on a sit, yeah. Let them know I don't take fit. Let them know ain't no squid here. All that's out, let it disappear. One time for my pretty girls, 2 times for them dream chasers. Never let you, that just replace them. Never give you, that just eraser. Where they at? Where them out of the baby face at?
I was just ass.
Where the bass at? Where my face at? Who you know that do it like this? Who you know that move it like this? We got the juice. We got the juice. We got the juice.
Oh, yeah, them bitch asses can't get I knew you fucked up, man. Bro, hey, stop talking. Seriously, I don't even know why you talking. I don't even know why you talking, man. Bullshit. You gotta get that off. Stop talking. Hey, real shit, man. I don't even know why you over fucking yapping. You're a big bully in that mic, ain't you? Hey, I don't even know why you over fucking yapping.
Yeah, it's outfits you got. It's
I don't think what's up on all that stuff, man. This game. So the game is going. Good help, man.
Lucky bastard.
Good shot. I want to hold it in the green.
I don't want to hold you.
I want to hold you.
You don't want to hold me.
Oh, you should cut, man.
Bitch, you need to hold the controller in your hand. What about the wrong shit? Come on, bro, don't start that shit. I ain't need to take dribbles, man. Oh, good roll.
Yeah, you gotta do it on this switch, bro. That's what he's doing this shit for. You ready?
Cut it out. Cut it out, nigga.
Complete the play. That's quick.
It's all in there.
It's foul here.
Feebles and shit. Hey, cut it out, bro.
I should have kept cutting, man.
But he pushed. He been shimming.
You should have kept cutting, man. I was waiting for you to cut.
He pushed.
Yeah, keep cutting on that one. There you go. Keep cutting. There you go. Ready to get those 2 points, man. 3 points, cool. Moving screen, eh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What else is you want?
You know what?
What else is you want?
Good, stick it up.
2s and 3s is many of the game, right? It's just Steph Curry made the game, made it 3s. Most more than 2s. I just ripped you that top by myself, by the way.
You see.
Bro, what's that about?
No 3s, man. Ah, okay. Let you want a 3, don't you? You want a 3, don't you? I got. Good
support, big man. Ooh. That's on me.
Ooh, there you go. Ass. You want a 3? Get back out there. Good pass. You gonna miss, bro. Fuck. Let's slow it down, y'all. Oh, you got it.
You got it.
We needed that buck.
I don't know why I switched this.
I got him.
You don't got shit, nigga. Mind your fucking business.
I thought you gonna pull 3 like you always do. I got it back though.
Oh, you don't, nigga. Okay.
Told you I'd leave it back.
Yeah, I can have that one, man. I got my
That was good defense. That was good defense, man. Ain't like your boy a hater.
Oh, that shit. See you later. See you niggas later. Fuck out of here. Goodbye. Fuck out of here. You're in the waiting line and you on the fucking dice. Fuck out of here. You can wait on the fucking dice, nigga. Goodbye.
Lost, yeah, what? It ain't gonna change.
Nigga,
Why you just
turn your
can't
fucking-
take good game? Why you just take good game, man? This
Turn your fucking Xbox off.
It's hard, but you so powerful, man.
Turn your fucking
Humble yourself sometimes, man.
Like,
You gotta humble yourself. You gotta humble
bitch ass goblin nigga ain't talking no more. That bitch ass goblin nigga ain't talking no more. Yeah, bitch ass nigga. 3 times, lost all 3 times. Bitch ass, stop coming back.
We come back around.
Stop coming back. Stop coming back.
If I would smack the shit out of
If you ain't smacking shit, bro, I put biscuit right through the shit. Bro.
So, we had the game in the bag, man. Yeah, I know we messed up. I thought you was gonna cut. That's why I shit and waited. I was gonna throw a hoop because that was perfect right there, man. Bro, that would have been perfect right there, throwing that hoop right there. And when you picked, I said it a little bit. That was my fault. They gonna lose this game. Then we won 3 in a row and just lost 3 in a row, yeah. One more. We go to sleep. I'm tired in the morning. Listen, I'm gonna let you end it early. I'm done. Oh, you done? Yeah. All right, man. All right.
Won't you come and see what it's like? Living better that you right. You ain't know the flags of life. Now you ain't no back in the side. All the little lies you recite. Makes all the you like. Usually I'm very polite. Don't make me tonight. We gonna nice. Every single time. You might think I'm wrong, but I'm right. Let it get a strong appetite. I'm a little. Keep it easy. I don't make a sound. You better just.
You win your second championship. Okay, he's going to start doing some different stuff. Then he goes in, gets the monkey off his back in Cleveland. Then you just start seeing just more outspoken, different guy. Like you just see the evolving. You know, before it was more sheltered. Now more, it's more of a shelter. Got to worry about what I say. I'm already getting criticized for leaving. Like I remember when I watched him say his decision. Oh, you can see that was a scared. That was a super scary move. Like it was like he had to say it to himself twice to make sure he said it. Like I'm going to take my talent to Miami. Like it was just he was trying to convince.
This how nervous he was. He said South Beach. First of all, playing South Beach. That's how nervous.
But it was one of so you can see that nervous guy to who he is now. Just the battles.
And then too, as you get older, we watch guys before. It's like me and Brian would watch Kobe. We'd watch Kobe interviews, and when he got older, he just didn't give a fuck. And we were like, can't wait to get to that. And now Brian's at the age where not only do he don't care what you say because you're gonna say what you're gonna say, but now he comes with he's polished. He comes with the information and the knowledge that he needs, not only in basketball, which we know is another level, but now he has it from a world standpoint now. When it comes to everything he's doing in his foundation and more to the vote and all those things. Now he brings the polish with the education with it, and also so I'm gonna be like when he came out and said I think that put me on as the greatest. Nobody would have said that. Nobody says that. You don't know. He's like, I don't care. This is what I feel. I feel like that made me the greatest, and that's his right to say that.
What did he say? I want my damn respect too. Look at numbers don't lie. Look at the resume. What else are you gonna say about it?
Yeah, that I always like when people's like, man, that was the easiest championship. I said technically, that is the hardest championship because it's LeBron and the Lakers. Now, you think about the fan base of a Laker team and LeBron team. Every arena they would have went in, he was fan favorite. You know what I mean? So when you're in a bubble, it took the fans' favorite out of them. Now you don't get booed at your own home.
There's billions of dollars waiting to be claimed. Go online and discover what's yours. Like Lynn.
Because when somebody in your ear talking about your mama, when they booing you, when somebody behind and it's loud and it's the energy and it's all white in the arena and it changes the free throw that you shoot.
But even that, what you're saying, to be able to turn that volume down, I think that was the thing that you guys did when he came there. Obviously, you probably saw it, like, well, this is way different than it was in Miami, right? Like, it took us up another level. Yeah. But that first year, like, you guys were villains. And you're like, wait, this isn't what you guys we expected, right?
Yeah, no, not like that. We expected some of it. we didn't expect that, not at all. But it made us like, it took the fun out of basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like being trying to play the villain, it just took the joy away from the game. And even though we still were good and all that kind of stuff, we didn't have fun in that first year. But we were like, all right, we're gonna show them. Like you can't. That's not the way you go through an entire year. You know what I'm saying? But it was fun. I mean, I got some great stories and great memories from like talking shit in the arena to the fans back and forth. But at the end of the day, like it was all love because we knew everybody was gonna see it. At the end of the day, you can say what you want, but y'all here, y'all bought these tickets early. You didn't get these tickets for the last 5 minutes because they couldn't sell seats. No, you was like, let me get the seats. Okay, we.
See, these bitch ass niggas part 5.
No. DMG mode.
You said it's good. Could be in the middle. How you know that?
Better shit up.
Oh, yeah.
You got 2 phones, you got damn 12. Nope. Gotta hit those.
That shit made me go have a wow. No, I am. Why you busy? You being bad. I get my big man some buckets too, nigga. Who you gonna run to? Where you gonna go to? See you one time after time again. You keep going back to line again. You fell in love. You fried, cousin. You fried, cousin. You was fried, man. Right on his fucking head.
Big man really playing with the leader. That's a football.
So he thought he knew something. On his head, eat up, big man. Fuck. These niggas lunch me. Stop playing my man. Better I ain't gonna play with pussy. I only had a little extra take, but hell no, boy, you crying. I can get it. This little extra take, I was gonna say this little extra take.
Yo, this is.
I'm out. Yeah, I'm weird shit.
See you one time after time and again. You keep going back to lions and dance. You fell in love. You was in love. You was in love with a legend like me. I take the time to feel what you need.
That's my cousin. We jumping for that nigga. Honestly, he mad. Honestly, no help.
Oh no, GG, yo.
GG, James. You tried.
We tried to the city.
Oh, shit.
I got no percentage up anyway.
That shit said 48 on mine. Fucking with the bird, ain't you, huh? Hell, you feel like no cap. I'm not lagging, bro. Like, and I got you. I'm him. Fuck shit, niggas. That waffle is acting up.
California love, neighborhood nip for my sick way I run. We ain't never quit, we still on our marathon.
We knew that. We knew y'all were there for us. So, you know, the hate, yes, it kind of drove us in the wrong. We didn't place it right. You know, if we would have placed the hate in the right spot, in the right place, then, you know, we could still have joy playing. But, you know, we took everything that people were saying about us and, you know, we took it personal. And we was like this the whole year. And once we got to the time of winning time, we couldn't perform the way we needed to perform because we were tight. You know what I mean? Just being honest, we were tight, and none of us performed the way we wanted to. Like, everyone talks about LeBron not performing the way that he should have. He didn't, and he knows that. But I didn't perform the way I should in the last couple games. Like, no one can guard me out there. Love Jason Kidd, but he was 35. He shouldn't have been able to guard me. I should have, okay, Brian, you ain't having a good game. I should have had 45. Like, it just that, like, but we were so tight. And so, you know, we allowed that hate in that season to really, in 2010, to really affect.
Yeah, that was big. That was big hate too, because
that was real. Oh, that was real.
Because I remember when we were playing you guys in the season. You guys were what, 8-8. And my whole thing.
We started, because we started 9-8 before we went on a winning streak.
Yeah, because my whole thing, because the 9 came against us. Because he was 8-8, and I was like, listen. This is our best chance.
It's too early. There, right? So it's like you were a young guy in the court on the bottom of the page. Obviously, Bill could have ended up for this game. And my phone rang in my room. And I'm like, 20. Get her? Oh, get her? All right. And I'm going to say, Gil, man, this is the first time we've ever had. So I'm going to say this. You're probably the most photographed without a shirt on player in NBA history. Oh, really? He said to me, I can't think anybody. You're turning that up in 2021. I think JR is more known. You're high fashion. I'm gonna turn it up in 2021. I got more fruitless photos coming your way. But we're talking like GQ, Esquire, People, Sexiest Man Alive. That's it. You gotta know the right people. That's all. I just know the right people. Put me on those lists. But then also there's certain people that you got to have the goods and making sure. There's that one photo of you. Yeah.
I remember when I was seeing, I was like, he did that.
Bro, for dropping 6
Hey, can I get on something? He's on Esquire. He done got Sean John.
Oh yeah, Sean John. Yeah, man.
I need to go to my. I knew I should have.
There's a stat we're gonna talk about. 18. You're 18 to lose. Wow. I was gonna say that, but I ain't wanna come off cocky like that. But yeah, I probably
Hey, man.
yeah. I was gonna say that, but 18 and 3. 3 games with Gil. Yeah, Gil, what happened?
When you bring my nemesis there, oh yeah. Yeah, he was
your nemesis. How old was he at that?
It didn't matter.
He was how old I am right now sitting in this chair.
What ends up happening is
He's still around, so you got him.
Yeah, so I had to get him back. And when he got to you guys, I was like,
Hardcore team deathmatch.
We got a lot of people coming for it.
Weapons squad. Покажите им костюм.
But you were like, I'm gonna kick his ass out, right?
We're pulling ahead.
Money. I know a lot of people who right? Turn my left.
We're falling behind.
I'm the seat. His ability to see the floor now.
Hostile spy plane established overhead. Established above.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hostile spy plane established overhead. Enemy spy plane inbound. Enemy air patrol inbound.
established overhead. Hostile stray from inbound. Spetsnaz, you're better than this. Fight harder.
Trophy systems have been hacked. Air patrol available. Trophy systems have been 35. 055.
Стыдитесь. I expected much more.
Moving to Kasabak Point.
And shit. Their lineup is a little funky. They got Ron at the actual 3. You know, we've been playing him. That's not his position. They got Mike Bibby at the point. All right, so listen, while they're still a little bit off, before they figure this out, we need to hurry up and try to get a win, right? Nope. Boop. Get smacked first 5 minutes. He subs us. He basically calls a game. Coach subs. He just subs the whole 5 out. And I'm on him like, come on, God. We already give it up. You look at the score down 19. Yeah, we already give it up, man. Already giving up, man. Where the cheerleaders? They're about to go on a run now. They done figured it out. We've been playing them.
Yo, how about we first got a league? Everybody used to be like this at our chili. Like the game over here, everybody's like, we got them. Let's go. Make the run. They ain't focused.
Are they doing this on purpose, bro? Are they doing the cheerleaders on purpose? Because our cheerleaders don't look like this. Because one day our coach was like, hey, Rook, y'all rookies, look at this. Time out. Yes, sir. Yeah. Welcome to the NBA's, Rooks. I didn't want nothing. I just wanted y'all to see what it do here.
Yeah, no, it was special. It was special.
So that was what, like 15 of the 18 that you took?
Huh?
That game was like 15, 18 and 3.
No. That was like yeah.
It was
another loss.
But you know what's funny? That's kind of human nature if you think about it. In my head is like when someone presses you or comes at you, naturally you're gonna want to defend yourself. So that's why you guys were like that. Like, all right, you guys we're the bad guys here. All right, yeah, we're the bad guys. We're gonna respond to you like that. But then it took going through that to the next year to when we do finally win. It was like that wasn't who we were, and we're not gonna go anywhere if that's who we continue to be.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this before too. It's great putting great talent together because, we sit in Brooklyn right now, three guys together. But it does come a time. It is a freedom in not having to like worry like, oh, is he gonna take the, is he gonna shoot? Do he need to get some shots? We had that. You know what I mean? Think about it. The other day, Bron come down and him and CB playing their game, and it's been 7 minutes, and D Wade ain't touched the ball. My breathing gonna change a little bit. And now Bron see that. Now he's like, I gotta get. So once we came back the next year too, and it was like, listen, hey, Bron, hey, you the best. This is you run the show. It took a lot of thought out of him too, because he's coming to Wade County, and so I know he looked over his shoulder a few times, like, okay, this D-Wade need instead of just playing basketball, like he don't do that anymore. Like even though AD needs to get the ball, he don't have that same. Like, it's not that same thing of coming to Miami and it's being and feeling like possibly get this guy ball. I gotta get because he ain't mad. So once we cleared that out in the next year and said, listen, you're the best player in the game. You're gonna lead us to the championship. We're gonna do what we need to do. It cleared him up, freed everybody up, and then there we go. Now we go 3 straight finals and we went 2 of 3. And great career. We had a great career in those 4 years. That's somebody's career right there in those 4 years, which we went to the finals 4 times. So yeah. For sure.
That's the most, like, people don't understand that when you're putting teams together. Names is good. That's a good starting point, but meshing is the most important. Right? And I was saying it last year at the beginning, and I said the Clippers can't win. No one has seen. You're the man. You're the man. We're going to go by your lead. I said, Lakers already did that. I said, Lakers already did that. They already know the pecking order of what's going on. This side, there's going to be when it gets tough, there's going to be some battling here because you're not accepting the new guy. The new guy's trying to fit in. You're like, this is my team. Like, there's no pecking order. If you don't have a pecking order, then when that court happens and someone's not getting the ball, it's going to be felt more. Like I told them, I used to tell my team, hey, listen, when I get on the heater, just let me know that someone didn't get the ball because I am not paying attention or just call some plays. And I know when you call plays, Eddie, that means you want me to pass the ball because none of the plays was basically meant for me. The plays. So for people like, yo, do you know any plays besides 1-4 flat? No, I do not know no plays besides 1-4 flat means it's my time.
Like, 1-4.
I call that, you be like.
Still using aluminum-based anti-perspirant? That's why your shirt looks like a diaper. Ditch the unhealthy ingredients that don't work. You need a natural deodorant that can keep pace with your pits. Pits don't quit, and neither does stink until now. Meet Bravo Sierra, hard-working, aluminum-free natural deodorant that works. Hard, no BS, made in America. And developed based on feedback from the battalion, a volunteer force of active duty service members that field test all our goods. What does military testing have to do with deodorant? That's right. Our aluminum-free, baking soda-free, all-day deodorant is made for the most active individuals in the most extreme conditions. So imagine how well it works when you're just living your life. You'd be surprised how often you use products developed for the military. Duct tape, bug spray, super glue, thanks. What? Thanks. Your deodorant should be all it can be. So click the link to keep the stink across enemy lines.
Woo! Foxtrot Uniform Charlie Kilo, that's nice.
I love the smell of the sticker in the morning.
Will it make women find me irresistible?
No, it's deodorant, but it does have a masculine scent that a potential partner could find arousing.
Potential partner?
Try white vetiver and cedarwood, sandalwood and fig, citrus and cedarwood, and tonka bean and lemon. Or if you want to be stealthy, go and scented. Big brand deodorant is flaky and clumpy. With our Clear Glide formula, Bravo Sierra applies smooth and stays smooth. So it won't rip your pits or trash your clothes. Your shirt's not a diaper, so stop using antiperspirants with me. Bravo Sierra uses clean, non-toxic ingredients that are good for your pits and the planet. There's no trace of aluminum, baking soda, silicones, parabens, or nasty ethanol. Pheno what? Exactly. We destroy odor-causing bacteria with probiotics and absorb sweat with cassava root extract. Plus, Bravo Sierra is cruelty-free, so no animal testing, except for these animals. With 1 unit sold every 5 minutes, we have thousands of reviews from all over the world. And Bravo Sierra was named the best deodorant of 2020 by Esquire. Frickin' Bruce Springsteen was on the cover. It was a good day. Go to BravoSierra.com and check out our clean, American-made personal care products. From moisture-rich hair and body cleansers to sunscreen that won't sting your eyes,
I won't feel like rubbing cooking grease all over your body. Not today, son. Sign up for the Deal Club. Save on every order. Plus, you contribute 5% of sales to U.S. service members, veterans, and their families. Now you can smell good and feels good. You're damn right. Click the link and join us in saying goodbye to BS and hello to Bravo Sierra.
I think one of you dropped your ball.
Oh.
He's so amazing, by the way. Is that Tonka bean?
And lemon. Was that Demi back? I think so, but calm down. She might be looking.
Yeah, your balls. Well, thank you. Today, I've got a first look and hands-on with the new Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, so let's check it out. You still get that skin-safe technology to help reduce the chances of nicking yourself, and it's waterproof and cordless, so you can trim in the shower and clean it up right after. Plus, the built-in LED ensures that you don't miss any spots. And then the next major upgrade, their new wireless charging system. It uses electromagnetic induction charging with the new triple LED indicator giving you a better idea of when you need to pop it in to top it up. My new favorite feature of the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, travel. When turned off, simply click the on button 3 times and the trimmer will lock up, which means you don't have to worry about it accidentally buzzing in your bag or draining your battery. The Lawnmower 4.0 even allows you to customize your preferred hair length with 4 options available. Snap on your favorite and get creative. Get the new Lawnmower 4.0 waterproof trimmer at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you.
But you're not going to get hot water now, but it's your turn. You're the media pro right now, so we're going to put you on the clock. Ask Agent Zero.
Well, my question, definitely my mind has changed throughout, but I think the thing, and Gil noticed, like, obviously having friends and relationships, we able to be in each other's presence and we have conversations. And I'm the kind of person where I look at Gil, like he is. He's a genius in his genius, right? In his lane. Always. So my question for him will always be, and is always. I always feel like Gilbert is so good at what he's good at that I feel like don't ever settle. And so my thing always with Gilbert is like, what's next for Gilbert Arenas? Because he can do amazing things with his talents, right? With his ability to storytell. His ability to remember things, his ability to know everything about everything, right? Like he's such a smart individual. So my question for him would be like, what's next? Like what's the vision? NBA was the thing for you. What's your NBA in this life?
Before you answer that, I didn't mean to laugh, but I actually did mean to laugh because when you said genius, because be careful what you just put out there. Now he's going to say I'm a genius.
I knew that. He's almost a genius, man.
I mean, it's levels, but he is. He's qualified. To me, he's qualified as like, he has genius. You know what I mean? It's just that sometimes you got to filter through certain the armor on the outside to get to the genius, but he has genius inside him. So when I see that, and my thing will always be to him will be that is, what is your NBA now? Like how are you going to take the genius that you have been gifted with and really match it up to that, which would be hard, but what is that thing?
The true answer is I have no idea.
Okay.
That's the true answer because all I loved was basketball. Right? All I cared for was basketball. That's all I can, so now, once I took on the challenge of coaching, it's, do I even know how to do this? Like, now I need to get to the NBA again.
Do you know how to do what?
Coach.
What about coaching? What do you mean? Is it X's and O's?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, because I have to go into it like, okay, there's the NBA of coaching. I'm here. I need to learn everything.
Missing teeth can affect far more than just your smile. It can limit the types of food you're able to eat, cause embarrassment during social interactions, and it may even lead to bone density loss in your jaw. For anyone looking to improve their appearance and health, dental implants may be the right option. single tooth implant can be inserted in a simple procedure that doesn't affect any of the other teeth. An implant retained denture works by securing 2 to 4 implants and then using a denture to snap into place. The full fixed arch is the most secure option for the full set of upper or lower teeth that is permanently implanted. Dental implants might be the answer to a healthier, happier smile.
Hey man, it's your boy YG, aka Ngala, and when you're talking about the biggest what ifs in NBA history, you have to bring up D Rose somewhere. He's the youngest MVP in NBA history, and the guy was literally ahead of his time. We never seen a player like D Rose, and the crazy thing about it, he never actually got to his full potential. That's why I never really like to say prime D Rose, because we never actually got to see the real prime D Rose. The only reason why we say is because that was his peak of his career before all the injuries happened. And it's such that if you're a new NBA fan, you will never know the feeling watching MVP Rose live. But the highlights should already say enough of how crazy Derrick Rose was. Chicago fans or even NBA fans were talking about that this will be the next guy that bring another championship to Chicago. He was basically Chicago's son. I mean, everybody in Chicago loved him. But anyways, listen to some NBA legends and NBA players talked about how scary MVP Rose was. But before we get straight to that, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the culture so you won't be missing any of my videos. And let's get to the vid, man.
And Derrick Rose is definitely top 10, easily. You know, could be top 5. Man, this dude, like I'm telling you, I mean, there's a lot of great players in our game right now when you're talking about the point guard's position. Russell Westbrook, you know, you talk about Steph, CP, Kyrie. Yep. Listen, none of them dudes wanted no smoke with Derrick Rose and Derrick Rose. I'm telling you right now, none of them dudes wanted no smoke with D Rose during that time.
Was a problem.
Trust and believe. Yes.
D Rose was a problem.
Well, I'm the biggest Derrick Rose fan. I've always been the biggest Derrick Rose fan. I've always said that I would take him that MVP year against any point guard. Or whatever. I just think he was that special. And as injuries happen, things happen in the game, see his mentality and ability. Because for somebody that was the youngest MVP ever to say, you know what, I'll be 6th man, that speaks to his character and it speaks volumes. And you want me to be a better person, so I'm rooting for him. And I'm loving how he's playing right now.
Even when a superhero is knocked down, he's still a superhero at the end of the day. And Derrick Rose showed.
Succeed, you want to do whatever it takes to succeed. He came in the league with that state on the shoes. Just like that, one summer, he has a jump shot. That doesn't happen overnight. I'm proud of him.
In my mind, I really felt like we really had a shot.
Man, yeah, that still fucking bothers me. Which one bothers me the most? The Eastern Conference Final one was you guys were on the upswing. So it's like this is going to last for a while.
They beat us in conference 4-1.
Yeah.
Put all the scores together from that 4-1 series. That score was fucking tied.
Yeah.
So that's how close this shit was. And then the next year, that's the year that D-Rose, I really felt like we had a better team.
Mm-hmm.
We were the #1 team in the league. You know, and he would come in at everybody's neck. It just, you know, Derrick got hurt. And actually, I got hurt that year too. And I mean, I don't know if we would definitely wouldn't have won the championship, but we would have busted a lot of teams' ass that were coming up next.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
It was something with Derrick Rose. Young guys do not get praised easily. But there was clearly a respect on the floor while you were going after him and he was going after you from that first game. And last year, too. Something happened. Something impressed you about him. What was it?
Well, I mean, I can tell when a player truly wants to be better. A player truly wants to improve. And I respect that about them. I admire that. Because that was a quality that I had. And, you know, that being said, I mean, I've seen improvement in this game from last year to this year. He has a long range ball now. He can spot behind the pick and shoot. And he can pull up off the dribble and shoot. Getting to the rim, obviously, goes. So seeing that improvement shows me that he's putting the time into it. and certainly respect him a little bit.
What Derrick Rose did tonight, I don't know if a lot of y'all ever got an opportunity to hang with the guy. What he gives to his mind and his body, just to play one game is something that I watched, being his teammate for the time that we were in Cleveland together. And when you talk about perseverance, that's the true definition of it. You talk about a guy who's I think he's the youngest MVP to ever play in this game, and to have the battles with his injuries, to be able to come back, and no matter what everybody else is talking about, because the majority is always people who never stepped into the arena, has so many things to say bad about him and what he should do, and he should do this and do that. For him to set a career high tonight in a win in Minnesota, I think it's unbelievable. I think every kid, you don't have to play sports. Any kid that's going through anything in life about adversity and triumph, and trying to just get over the hump, you can look at that performance by Derrick Rose tonight. And that's why our game is so unbelievable. Even when a superhero is knocked down, he's still a superhero at the end of the day. Derrick Rose he's still a superhero.
It's great to see him moving so well and playing with so much confidence. It's so much fun watching him. You get 50 and get emotional afterwards, knowing everything he's been through. I think everybody in this league is rooting for Derrick. We all want him to do well, and it's good to see him back playing at a really high level.
Amazing story in terms of what he's been.
There's billions of dollars waiting to be claimed. Go online and discover what you need. Like land.
We will forever be grateful for the state for what they did. It was just unbelievable, the extraordinary efforts they went to for my children.
People with ADHD save 10 hours studying with this Chrome extension. But no, by all means, go ahead, skip the ad. Save a few seconds.
I have to do a lot of reading for my job, emails, reports, write-ups. But sometimes reading can get really, really tiring. To stay focused, I use a free Chrome extension called Speechify. All I do is highlight the text, right-click, and then Speechify reads it out to me.
SEC data show $359 million of GameStop shares failed to
I can increase the speed and can pick from a variety of really high-quality voices, which just makes it so much easier to focus. I can now listen twice as fast as I can read, and my eyes don't get strained, especially if I'm working. And with one click, I can send whatever I'm reading to my phone so I can listen to it on the go.
Use Speechify for free on Google Chrome so you can spend less time reading and more time doing what you love.
Straight for obviously him. Comeback story where all about opportunity, believe in yourself, and we obviously knew what he was capable of and the level that he was at before the injuries. And I know people that have been around him from then that have talked about how hard he works, and obviously you don't become an MVP by not working hard, but that has carried him through the roller coaster ride he's been on. It's obviously very fitting that he did it against Utah. So.
He's a guy who's been an MVP, and then to have so many unfortunate situations come up at the height of his career, it's unfortunate. And I think he's a guy that's pushed through it all. He's kept working. He's kept his mind strong. And, I'm just happy to see that he's able to compete. I think everybody's happy to see him back on the court.
You enjoyed the opportunity to play against?
I enjoy every opportunity to play, but obviously him being who he is, I think anytime you meet a guard, he brings the best out of him.
Yeah, he's